noticed how every year the printing in books gets smaller?
Why don't you get yourself a pair of glasses?
Vivian, I don't need glasses. I've told you that 50 times.
Okay. Let me see you read that book.
Cookbook. I have perfect vision, Viv.
Let me see you read one of the recipes.
All right, Vivian. Chicken fricassee. Take one large stewing hen and cut it in several parts and put it in a quart of water, bring to a boil, and season...
Nice try, girl, but your chicken fricassee is going to taste just like apple strudel.
All right, you're so smart. You got the book. Now read me the recipe for chocolate fudge cake.
Why?
Because tomorrow Mrs. Mooney is having her charity cake sale, and we always donate a cake, remember?
Lucy, why are you so stubborn?
About what?
Millions of us women wear glasses, and we look marvelous in them.
Well, I know, but I just don't have the face for glasses.
Now, if you're so worried about your looks, why don't you get a pair of contact lenses?
Oh, they're too expensive. I can't afford them. $200.
Oh, you don't have to pay for them all at once. I was just reading Dr. Kaufman's ad here in the paper. I was looking at it. Here, look at... Oh, I forgot. You can't read.
I can read the big print, for heaven's sake. Contact lenses. No money down, 52 weeks to pay. Wear them before you buy. Free trial offer.
See? That's only $4 a week. And if you don't like them, you can bring them back.
Uh-oh. I knew there was a catch to it. You have to have your credit approved.
Oh, now, surely Dr. Kaufman would trust you for a measly $4 a week.
Apparently, you have forgotten my credit rating. Do you know that before the newsboy will throw a paper on our front porch, I have to go out and throw him a nickel? I'm more in debt than the United States Treasury.
Dear.
Oh, hello.
Good evening, Miss Carmichael.
Hello there.
Here's Bagley.
Well, there's Nelson. Hello, Nelson there, boy. Are you taking Mr. Mooney for his evening constitutional?
Yes, is this a social call, or did you two just drop in to growl?
Irma asked me to drop by and pick up your cake for the cake sale tomorrow.
Oh, well, I haven't baked the cake yet. I'm going to make it tomorrow morning.
Oh, well, fine. Will you send it over tomorrow?
Yes, we'll see that it gets to the bank.
Good. Come on, Nelson. Good night. Come on.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, would you stay for a few moments? I'd like to talk to you about something.
Well, I can stay for a few moments, but Nelson can't. If he's away from Irma too long, she gets lonesome. Nelson, come on now. You go on home. You can let yourself in.
Well, now, don't tell me Nelson has his own key.
No, he rings the doorbell just like any other dog. Now, if you must know, Nelson has his own private entrance. Mrs. Mooney paid $50 to have a dog door put in our kitchen.
Oh.
I must say that's more than she's ever spent on me.
Speaking of money, Mr. Mooney, that's sort of what I wanted to talk to you about.
Nelson, wait for me.
No, wait a minute. I'm not going to ask you to give me any money. I just want you to guarantee my credit.
Oh, I'd be glad to. As your banker, I can guarantee your credit couldn't be worse.
Oh, you only have to guarantee $4 a week.
Yes, and it's just for 52 weeks.
That's over $200. What do you intend buying, a yacht?
Now, Mr. Mooney, she just wants to get a pair of those contact lenses.
Yes.
Mrs. Carmichael, if you need glasses, buy glasses. They don't cost so much.
I know, but I just don't have the face for glasses.
If glasses were good enough for Benjamin Franklin, they're good enough for you.
I want them for reading, not flying a kite.
No contact lenses. Suppose you don't like them. That's $200 down the drain.
Oh, but Dr. Kaufman says that I can have a free trial offer.
Suppose you broke them. That's $200 down the drain.
Oh, Mr. Mooney.
What if you lost them? $200 down the drain.
Oh, isn't that drain stuffed up yet? All right, wait a minute. I'll make a deal with you. If anything happens, you can take it out of my allowance for the next 6 months.
Well, it's against my better judgment, but all right, I'll go and see Dr.
Dr. Kaufman.
Yes, I'll call him in the morning and vouch for your credit.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hello there, Nelson. What are you doing here?
Nelson, why did you come back? Oh, he has a note for me.
He brings you notes?
Oh, yes. Irma keeps in touch. Oh, she wants me to hurry home and drive her to the wrestling matches.
Oh, is Irma a wrestling fan?
No, she's a wrestler. Come on, Nelson. Come on. Come on. Out you go. Come on. That's... Oh.
Viv, I'm back.
I'm in here, girl.
Well, how do I look?
All right. What did Dr. Kaufman have to say?
Chocolate fudge cake, 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 1/2 cups of sugar, 4 teaspoons
You're
of
wearing
cocoa.
them.
You can't even tell, can you?
Not without my glasses.
Beautiful. Dr. Kaufman says that I have the most marvelous blink reflexes and perfect eyeballs.
Oh, isn't that romantic?
And best of all, you know, they're so comfortable, you don't even know you have them on.
For heaven's sake.
Oh, you baked the cake.
I thought I might as well go ahead and bake it while you were down at the doctor's.
Well, let me finish icing it. I ought to do something. I'm the one that's donating it.
Yes, you should.
Where are the boys?
Arnold Mooney's over here, and they're all upstairs playing.
Oh, good. Then we'll get them to take it over to the bank for us.
Ho, ho, ho. Fat chance.
Well, you just don't know how to handle our boys.
All right, you get them to come down.
All righty, boys. Come down here, please.
We can't. We're busy.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you'd like to lick the bowl. We just made a cake, but that's all right. If you're too...
I thought you said we could lick the bowl.
You can after you take this cake down to the bank.
Hey, this is Saturday. The bank is closed.
Oh, no, Mrs. Mooney's going to have her cake sale there today.
Yep.
Nice try, Sherm.
Now get going and be very careful, Sherman. And be sure to tell him that it's from us, huh?
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I gotta hand it to you, girl. You're the Dr. Spock of Danfield.
Come on, let's play some gin rummy, huh?
All righty.
Thought you were on a diet.
Now, Lucy, I've lost 3 pounds this week.
You didn't lose them, you just misplaced them. Look behind you.
Maybe I can win back some of that $400,000 I owe you.
Oh, now I can finally see what this magazine is all about.
Yes,
Oh, that's what that picture was, huh? It's your deal. That's funny, Viv. I can read better with my left eye than I can my right.
Maybe your left eye has a better education.
No wonder the lens has dropped out.
No.
Dropped out?
Oh.
Oh, my gosh,
Oh, now
Viv.
don't get panicky, honey.
Oh,
don't
where
get
is it?
panicky. Now, Lucy.
Oh,
let's
Viv,
see
I
now.
can't lose
Now, when
that.
you first came home from the doctor, you came right to the kitchen and you were able to read that recipe.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
dropped it between the kitchen and here.
All right, you look at the kitchen. I'll look in here.
Okay.
Oh, I can't lose that.
No.
I can't. Ah, Viv, don't walk. Don't walk. You're liable to break it. Crawl to the kitchen.
Crawl to the kitchen.
Yes, and look every place. Feel your way.
Yeah.
Oh, Viv, I can't lose that out. Oh, it cost a fortune. Mr. Mooney's going to kill me. Oh, dear. How could it have dropped out and I not know it? Oh, for heaven's sake.
Lucy?
Yeah, you found it?
No, but I want to know what it looks like in case I do.
Oh, well, it's a little smaller than a dime, and it looks like glass, and you can see through it. It's kind of like a tiddly, only it doesn't wink.
Lucy, guess what I found under the stove?
My lens.
No, a Chinese fortune cookie.
Oh, that's just peachy.
Oh, boy, it says I'm going to meet a very rich, handsome man.
Oh, Viv! Come here.
Yeah?
You know what? It must have fallen into the icing. I must have iced the cake with it.
Oh, my.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Where are you going?
I'm going down to the bank and buy back my cake.
Yeah. Lucy,
What?
can I get up now?
Yes, you can get up. Viv! Oh, Viv! Viv, open
I'm
the
coming,
door.
I'm coming. Good heavens, what's the matter?
Come in.
What are you doing with all those cakes?
Can I help it if Irma decided to make chocolate fudge cake?
Well, for heaven's sake, why did you buy them all?
Because they all looked alike. That's why I had to buy them all.
Now, you might drop them.
Well, for heaven's sake, don't stand there and give me instructions. Help me.
Oh, let me take off some of
Oh,
them?
please, Vivian, they're heavy. Hurry up.
I'll get them for you. I'll get these on the top, and then you
Hurry
throw
up,
them to the bottom.
Viv.
Ready?
You
Oh,
got 'em?
boy, that's heavy, girl.
Yeah, and put them down as quick as you can and take these off my fingers. My fingers are killing
A
me.
minute.
Oh,
Here, I'll get them.
50 cakes.
Oh,
Oh, be
boy.
careful.
There, is that better?
Yeah.
Golly, those are...
Oh.
There, now.
Woo. Come on now. We gotta find that lens.
Yeah?
We gotta go through every one of these cakes. We gotta go through every bit of icing. Now, come on, Viv. Don't waste a minute. Take
All
the cake.
the icing on
all
every
the
cake?
icing. Yes. You've got to. See, they all look alike. I don't know which is my cake. Now, be very careful. Remember, it's a very tiny piece of glass. Now, come on, Viv. Get at it.
All right.
Not gonna hurt you to get messed up a little, you know.
All right. Oh, great heavens.
Now, be
Boy.
very careful. It's hard to find.
Yeah. Boy, I hope we find it soon. If I have to feel my way through 15 fudge cakes, I'm going to have awful fat fingers.
Vivian, don't lick your fingers. You're liable to swallow it.
So what? How many calories can a contact lens have?
Safe.
Not in this one either, girl.
Oh, dear. Well, we gotta start all over again.
Oh, come on now, Lucy. My hands are already two fudge sickles.
Vivian, the lens must be in here someplace. I gotta find it. Now, let's try once more.
Oh, right.
Now, come on. I got it. I got it. My leg. I got it. I got it. Fingernail.
Yeah, I see that.
You, Mrs. Carmichael.
Don't say anything. Maybe he'll go away.
You.
If he knows I lost the lens, he'll kill me. He will absolutely kill me.
Oh, it's all over, yes. We sold out in 2 hours. Thanks mostly to you, Mrs. Carmichael.
Oh, well, think nothing of it. I'm always glad to do my bit for charity.
Forgive me for asking, but why did you buy 15 chocolate fudge cakes?
Oh, well, you know Viv, she eats like a horse.
Just one more question. Why did you mess up the 15 cakes?
Cakes? Mess up what cakes?
The cakes you're hiding there on the table.
Oh, these cakes.
Yeah. Why did you mess them up?
You know something? You know what we were going to do? We were going to make those 15 cakes into one great big cake. Yes, you see?
One great big cake.
Yes, one great big beautiful cake. You see, Viv's birthday's coming up, and we have to have a great big cake to accommodate all those candles. That's what we were doing.
Uh-huh. Well, while we're on the subject of birthdays, that's why I came by. Irma's having a few friends drop in tomorrow to help her celebrate hers.
Oh.
And she would like both of you to come.
Oh, how nice. I didn't know it was Irma's birthday.
Oh, yes, yes. And by a strange coincidence, it's also Nelson's birthday.
Oh, well, tell Irma we'd be delighted to be there tomorrow.
Good. I hope you don't mind eating your own cake.
Oh, how's that?
Oh, Irma thinks you're the best baker in town. So when your cake came in, I put it aside for the occasion. Good night, ladies.
Oh, Mr. Mooney. Wait a minute, Mr. Mooney. You know, Hofstadter's Bakery makes a much better cake than I do. Well, why don't you leave this cake here and let me make you another cake tomorrow, huh? It'll be my treat.
No. Irma wants this one, so I'll take this one back.
Well, look, I got that one all botched up. Please leave it here. And I promise I'll bake another one tomorrow much better, huh?
No. Irma wants this one, and whatever Irma wants, Irma gets. But there is one little thing you could do for me.
What's that?
Get your sticky fingers off my throat!
Wouldn't you know he'd get my cake? We gotta get that cake back, Viv.
You have got to get that cake back.
What do you mean?
We who are old and eat like a horse are retiring to pasture.
No time to get sensitive, for heaven's sake.
Can you tell me a better time?
All right, I'm sorry.
Well, that's better.
All right, good. Now let's clean up this mess. I gotta bake another cake.
You got to bake another cake?
Yes, I have. I gotta bake another cake, and I've gotta go over there to Mooney's tonight while they're asleep and switch cakes.
Oh,
That's what I've got to do.
How are you going to get in?
Oh.
Call up Mr. Mooney and tell him to leave the key under the doormat?
Oh, don't worry about getting in. Who locks their doors in this town?
Well, you won't need me. You can go by yourself.
What do you mean I won't need you?
What for?
Well, for an emergency.
What kind of an emergency?
Well, now, look, now, if I get into Mr. Mooney's tonight, and he hears me, and he comes down and finds me in the kitchen, and then Irma comes down and finds us together, you know, she could get pretty jealous. But if she comes down and finds you and Mr. Mooney together, she'd realize there wouldn't be anything to be jealous of. Oh, Viv, I'm stuck. Huh? Give me a push, I'm stuck. Oh, did you have to shove me that hard?
Well, I thought it'd help if I got a running start.
Oh, for God's sake. Get the cake.
Oh, the cake.
Hurry up. Here it comes. Okay.
Nobody ever locks their doors.
Shh. Lucy. What? Lucy, I'm stuck. You can squeeze through and pretend it's a girdle. Lucy, I'm really stuck. Exhale all the air in your lungs.
That's not the part that's stuck. Come on, help me now. I helped you. You got stuck too, you know.
Okay, come on. Oh, that's it.
You think he's got enough locks on those doors, girl?
Come on now. We just gotta find my cake.
Okay.
And I think it's in the pantry. Okay. Come on. And there it is.
Switch them quick, Lucy. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Be careful now. Be careful.
Come on, I'm scared.
Okay.
Nelson, it ain't the Beatles giving a concert.
Oh, now, Nelson, there's nobody here in the living room. The kitchen? Well, I'll take a look. Now, you see, Nelson? Oh, for nothing. Told you there was nobody here. Now, Nelson, look, sit. I want to talk to you. One more false alarm, and you are going to sleep in the doghouse. On second thought, I'll sleep in the doghouse. You can sleep with Irma. hungry? All right, I'll get you a dog biscuit. Let's see, I'm gonna keep those dog biscuits. Sit. I know there are dog biscuits around here. She gave me some for dinner tonight. Nelson, do you know where she keeps them? Yeah, here they are. All right, there. Well, why did you bring me in here if you don't like it? What are you trying to do?
Sorry about your face, Viv.
Oh, it's entirely my fault. My face shouldn't have been where it was, on the front of my head.
Viv, your nose.
My nose. What's the matter with my nose? My nose.
Hold still, honey.
What's the matter with my nose?
My lens, right on
Your
the
lens
end of
is
it.
on my nose?
Stick your head down so I can get it. I found it.
I found it. I found it.
Now, if you want to go for a walk, Nelson, go by yourself. Good night.
Thank goodness. Now we can get this messy cake home, and Mr. Mooney will never know the difference, and I've got my lens. Come on. Go on, I'll give you a push. Okay?
Oh, Lucy. Here, let me get the cake.
Would you two women kindly explain what you're doing, prowling around in my kitchen?
Well, Mr. Mooney, you see, Lucy was going to ice this cake.
Yes. I got to thinking that tomorrow, being Irma's birthday and Nelson's birthday, I decided that probably Irma would be getting all the attention. And that Nelson would feel very rejected. Yes. So we baked him his own special cake. Yes, and he sure seems to be enjoying it.
That's right. That's it. Good night, Mr. Mooney.
Yeah, good night.
Good night. Good night, Nelson. Good night.
Now, look, Nelson, are you all right?
Yeah?
I'm stuck. Give me a push.
Okay.
Allow me.
Mooney, no, Mr. Mooney. Happy birthday, Nelson. So sorry you ladies have to leave. But please believe me, if there's ever anything that Mrs. Bagley and I can do for the Danfield Art Society, we are certainly at your service.
Thank you, Mrs. Carmichael, for a lovely luncheon.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed
It
it.
was the most enjoyable luncheon.
Was it really? Thank you.
I can't remember enjoying a luncheon more.
Oh, thank you.
I enjoyed every minute.
Did you really? Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. And I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Oh, they didn't enjoy it at all. I bet they thought it was a lousy luncheon.
Oh, come on now, Lucy. We did the very best we could. I'm sure we made a good impression on them.
Well, I certainly hope so, because if we ever expect to become members of that art society, they are the women that have the final say.
Oh, if we don't get to be members, it won't be a big tragedy.
Well, Viv, this is the best club in town.
I am not going to knock myself out to try to get to be a member of a club composed entirely of women. Now then, if we were trying to get into the YMCA, that'd be something different.
Well, I don't see how they couldn't have liked the luncheon after all the trouble we went to. And even if they didn't like it, they certainly realize how hard we worked to please them.
Oh, they'd never realize how hard we worked. You know, every one of those 4 women has a full-time maid.
That's right. Oh, boy, what a way to live. You know, I've always thought that was the greatest luxury a woman could have, a full-time maid.
I'd rather have a full-time maid than a full-time husband.
Hey, you know something, Viv? Those women have such prominent backgrounds.
Yeah, and they all get a chance to sit on them.
Hey, do you know something?
What?
We could have a maid if we cut down on our expenses.
Yeah, we could give up the luxuries like bread.
No, Viv. No, I mean it. And not only would we impress the women from the Art Society, but we'd be able to save money, too.
Save money? Now, how do you get that?
Well, if we had a maid, we wouldn't have to get up in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Now, we could sleep right through breakfast. That'd be a saving right there. And if we really wanted to save, we could sleep right through lunch.
Well, I'd have to sleep right through lunch because if I didn't get breakfast, I'd be too weak to get out of bed.
Figure out how much we save by doing that. Oh, and another thing. If we didn't go to the movies, we'd save right there, and we'd save money on all the popcorn and candy and junk that you eat there. Let's see, now, that would be $4, about $3 for all of that stuff. 13, that's $15 we save right there.
Well, that certainly isn't enough to hire a maid.
No. Well, let's see now. Where can we get some more money? Come in.
Oh, greetings, ladies.
Hi, Mr. Mooney.
I just dropped by with your trust fund report.
Mr. Mooney, just before you came in, I said to myself, Lucy, wouldn't this be an opportune time for Mr. Mooney to drop by?
Mrs. Carmichael, for what foolish reason do you want money now?
She wants to hire a maid.
Oh, you have such a sense of humor. Oh. Now, what did you want the money for?
She just told you, for a maid.
That is the most ridiculous, extravagant idea you have ever come up with.
Mr. Mooney, having a maid is not an extravagance. It is a necessity when we entertain.
My dear Mrs. Carmichael, my wife entertains a great deal because I am the president of the bank. She very often gives dinners for 20 or 30 people, but she wouldn't dream of asking me for a maid.
Well, who does the cooking? Who washes the dishes?
I do. A maid! A maid! You want them?
Well, goodbye, Mr. Mooney. Goodbye, maid. Goodbye, Art Society.
Oh, no, I'm not giving up that easily. We've got a $15 start. Look in the want ads and see how much a maid costs.
Oh, all right. Here's one. Experienced maid, capable housekeeper and cook, excellent references, formerly employed by a state senator.
State senator?
Yeah, state senator. Salary, $40 a week.
Oh, no.
Well, now that was fun. What do we play now?
Dear. Here's one. Experienced maid, single, refined, well-educated, nice appearance, hard worker, good cook, excellent references, own transportation, salary $25 a week.
Let me see that.
Right there.
That's help wanted, not job wanted. Somebody wants to hire all of that for $25 a week.
Oh. $25, that's it.
That's what?
Well, we've got a $15 start. Now, if I took that job for $25, we could hire the $40 maid for ourselves.
You're going to stand there and tell me that you would go out and work as a maid in order to have a maid?
Yes. Certainly. A lot of women who have maids go to business, and it's none of my maid's business what business I'm in.
Now, what about your background? Have you ever been employed by prominent, well-known people?
Oh, yes, ma'am. My last employer was Miss Bagley, Vivian Bagley.
Vivian Bagley?
The Vivian Bagley.
I never heard of such a name. I assume she's to be found in the social register?
Well, I know she signed up, but I don't think she'll get her Social Security until she's 62.
I'm referring to her cultural background.
Oh, well, I think you'll be able to tell by her letter of recommendation how cultured she is.
No, you may read it.
Oh, yes, ma'am. To whom it may concern, dear whom?
Dear what?
No, whom? What would be incorrect? Yes, ma'am. I hereby certify that Miss Carmichael is an excellent maid. She is also a person of excellent character, besides being an excellent worker and an excellent cook. I am sure that the to whom that this letter may concern will enjoy her excellency. Yours truly, Vivian Bagley.
Sounds commendable.
Yeah, doesn't it? P.S. Miss Carmichael is not only a wonderful employee, but she is a joy to have around, with her ready smile and the ring of her girlish laughter. I'm sure that if the dustpan and the broom could speak, they too would say...
That's enough. You can consider yourself employed.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Stop dancing on my time.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what did you say your name was?
Well, my name is Lucille, but my friends call me Lucy.
Oh, then I shall call you Hilda.
Hilda?
Yes. Hilda was with me for 12 years, and it's easier for you to get used to Hilda than for me to remember Lucille.
Oh, yes, I understand. It's like they say, you can't teach an old... I love the name Hilda. I don't know why anybody ever called me Lucy anyway.
Come over here, and I'll show you where we keep our maintenance supplies.
Yes,
I had Hilda before she left to get in enough for the week.
Uh-oh. All that for 1 week?
Yes. Now, down there is the wax for the silver polish, etc. Now, on here are jars of naphtha.
Naphtha?
For dry cleaning the drapes.
Oh.
And, oh dear, I don't know what she keeps in those bottles.
Maybe it's plasma. It's sort of the same color and everything.
And we can do without the ring of your girlish laughter. Now, for a start, you can fix me a little breakfast.
Oh, all right, ma'am. What would you like?
Now, let me see. All I want is a small... minute steak.
Yes, ma'am. I'm very good at steaks. Where do you keep the steaks?
Right in there.
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute steak coming right up. All right, Ferdinand, hop in. Oh, listen.
Yeah?
Take these out to the trash can for me, will you?
Our detective stories?
I don't want a maid who worked for a senator to know that we just read Mickey Spillane. Now, I brought the kids' encyclopedias down here, and I thought it would be nice if we left one open on the table. Oh, Viv, here she is. Viv.
Huh?
Viv, she's here.
She's
Put
here?
that away. Put this away, too. Throw it in there. Viv, do I look all right?
Oh, you look fine.
Are you sure? Straighten that table.
Just a minute there.
That's gonna keep it.
I have an appointment for an interview.
Yes, won't you come in, please?
Carmichael?
Oh, no, I'm Mrs. Carmichael, but you can call me Lucy. This is Mrs. Bagley. You may call her Viv.
And I'm Miss Putnam, and you can call me Miss Putnam.
Well, won't you sit down, Miss Putnam? Won't you sit down over here where we read the encyclopedia quite a bit?
Oh, well, can we get on with the interview?
Oh, well, now that I've seen you, Miss Putnam, I don't really think an interview is necessary.
I always insist on an interview.
Oh, well, in that case...
The first thing I'd like to know, is there a television set in the kitchen?
Well, there can be.
As soon as we carry it in from the living room.
Color? Well, it's sort of a light beige walnut. I don't think the children will mind watching it out there, do you?
Children?
Yes, 2 boys and a girl, but they're in school most of the day.
As a matter of fact, the boys are in school after school.
That's right. The girl is no trouble at all. You know how neat and orderly girls are.
I know they name hurricanes after them.
Well, now, believe me, Miss Putnam, our children will be no problem. When they get through playing with their toys, those toys are put away. And when they take off their clothes, those clothes are hung up.
How do you manage that?
I pick up after them.
Well, a family of 5 sounds like an awful lot of cooking.
Well, Viv and I won't be eating breakfast.
Oh, no, I'll say we won't.
And all the kids have is a little bowl of cereal and a small glass of milk.
How about lunch?
Oh, the kids get their lunch at school.
I meant my lunch.
Oh, well, I'll be glad to fix it for you. We always have something in the refrigerator.
Leftovers?
No, you can have beforehands.
Beforehands?
Yeah. Whatever we're going to have for dinner, you can have first crack at for lunch.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'll be here tomorrow about lunchtime.
Lunchtime?
Yes, by the time I pack and take care of my business at the bank and keep my beauty shop appointment, it'll be about noon.
Oh, well, noon will be fine. Miss Putnam, I can't tell you how happy I am to be getting someone like you.
I know.
You can get up off your knees now.
Oh, Viv, I just wanted to make a good impression.
Well, I think you made a good impression. Oh, by the way, what good hot beforehand do you intend to serve her for lunch tomorrow?
How about you making one of your delicious steak and kidney pies?
Now, Lucy, you know we haven't had any steak in this house for 2 months, and I'm sure we're fresh out of kidneys. Besides, I have an appointment with the dentist tomorrow noon.
Oh, darn it. Well, now, wait a minute. I know what I'll do. I'll rush out on my lunch hour and bring Miss Putnam a hot lunch from the delicatessen. How about that?
Do you mean to tell me that you're going to leave here at 6 o'clock in the morning and go and work for Miss Van Vleck and then take off on your lunch hour and go and buy a good hot lunch for a maid that's not going to show up here till noon?
Yes, I'll do that if it'll help us keep a maid.
Well, I'll tell you what you do. Be smart enough to get enough food for 2 so you can eat with her.
Eat with Miss Putnam?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Why not?
Oh, I don't think she'd let me. Hello, Miss Putnam.
Oh, hello.
Here's your lunch. Nice hot chicken.
Broiled?
Roasted.
Oh, well, that'll do.
Oh, good. Did I get any calls?
Yes, there were a few, but every time I said, I'm Mrs. Carmichael's maid, they said, sorry, wrong number, and hung up.
Oh. Pardon me, Miss Putnam. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Miss Putnam.
Yes?
Your lunch is served.
Would you keep it warm till I finish the dress?
Oh, well, I'll be glad to finish it for you. It's a shame to let this get cold.
Oh, thank you.
There we are. Hello? Miss Putnam? give me your name and in case she wants to call you back? Gladys Wentworth?
Oh, I'll take that.
Oh, Miss Putnam will take it.
Hello, Gladys? Huh? Oh, that's the lady I work for.
Good morning.
Viv, what are you doing here?
I live here, remember?
What about your dentist appointment?
Oh, I canceled that. I decided to just enjoy myself.
What? It's gone down 3 points? Oh, my broker. I'll take it in the living room. That's private.
Hey, Viv, I'm awful glad that you're well rested.
Why?
Well, because you've got to help me tonight.
Help you?
Yes, Mrs. Van Vleck is having a dinner party, and I'm too exhausted to handle it myself.
Why don't you take Princess Grace with you?
And have her find out that I'm working as a maid? I should say not. Now, you've got to help me.
I don't got to do anything. You're the one who wanted the maid.
But you're the one that's been enjoying her.
Lucille, you made your bed. Now you'll just have to lie in it.
Now, listen, it's a king-size bed, and you're going to get in there with me. Now, come on, Viv. Now, come on. You've got to help.
All right.
How you coming with the antipasto, Viv?
It's almost ready.
Ooh, your consomme is great. I'll never forget you for this.
I'll never forget you for this either, girl.
Oh, now, Viv, I never would have been able to prepare all this stuff that Mrs. Van Vleck wanted if you hadn't helped me. Antipasto, shish kebab. Hey, do you know something? We've got practically an international dinner here. Where did you ever learn so much about cooking?
I was married to a glutton.
Hilda!
Oh, I'm sorry. I still keep thinking I'm Lucy. This is my friend, Mrs. Van Vleck, who's helping me.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Now, is everything about ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good, because my guests have already arrived.
Oh.
And I do so want this dinner to be a success. You know, these are the ladies from the Danfield Arts Society.
Yes, ma'am. Vivian, what are we going to do?
I don't know about you, but I'm breaking out of here.
Oh, no, Viv. Viv, I need you here.
Now, listen, if they see us serving their dinner, they'll never let us in that society.
Viv, I've got to keep this job. Now, please, you've got to help me.
Oh, come on now.
Now, wait a minute. Let me think. I think I've got an idea.
Oh, don't have another idea.
No,
don't
please.
have another idea.
Now, listen. Maybe we can disguise ourselves in some way.
What'll we do, hide under the antipasto?
No, listen. Now, this is sort of an international dinner. Maybe we could disguise ourselves to represent the country that each course comes from.
That's the craziest thing you've ever thought of.
No, it isn't, Viv. Now, listen. Now, look. I'll put on my babushka. I'll put on my shawl. And I'll get right in there with this. And serve the borscht.
That isn't borscht, that's consomme.
Borscht. Wish me luck.
Da. Da, da.
Da 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 How did it go? I'm not sure.
Hilda!
Ah, what? Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the meaning of this?
Well, you see, Mrs. Van Vleck, you are entertaining the Art Society, and everyone knows that art is international.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, we thought we'd sort of give the whole dinner an international flavor.
Yes, we thought if we created the atmosphere of each country, it would be more interesting, you know?
Oh, how clever. Oh, what a very clever idea.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, Hilda, you forgot to bring in the bread.
Oh, the bread, yes, ma'am. In a minute, ma'am. French bread.
French bread.
French bread.
French.
French. All right, now listen.
Yeah?
Give me that black pillow back there.
The black pillow?
Yeah.
Huh?
And give me a pair of scissors.
A pair of toot sweet.
And listen, what is the next course?
Let's see.
Antipasto.
Antipasto.
All right, you get an Italian chef's outfit on.
Where am I going to get an Italian chef's fit?
Right in there. There's all kinds of uniforms in that closet in there.
How I disguise my face?
Here. Make yourself a mustache. Right here. Come on, hurry up.
Oh, now, where's that girl with the bread?
Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, la 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 la.
It's my maid's own idea. You know, a Russian costume for the borscht and French for the French bread.
How terribly clever your servants are.
Oh, and they're so capable in the kitchen. Wait till you see the wonderful tray of antipasto they prepared.
Oh, salami! Oh, salami! Oh, the food is here. Oh, pasta fazola. Oh, so, what's the matter with you, lady?
You forgot the wine.
Oh, the wine she's a be along and a one them in moto. Oh, salami! Oh, so.
In a little Spanish town, 'twas on a night like this. La da dee da 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 da. La ba ba dee da 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 dee da da dee do. La da dee da da dee da dee da da dee do.
This is the most interesting way to serve a dinner.
And I can't wait to see how they serve the shish kebab. You know, the baked Alaska.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Mrs. Carmichael!
And Mrs. Bagley.
Oh, how clever of you to arrange all this to surprise our art room.
Yes, wasn't it? I'm so glad we decided to have you for members.
You mean we're members?
You mean that we're members?
We're
You
accepted?
decided to have us members?
Oh, what can we do to help?
Please relax. We love your enthusiasm, but we don't want to rush you.
Russia.
La 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 la
Mom,
Yeah.
I was watching the man up on the telephone pole, and now I can't get my head back straight. I'm stuck like this forever.
Oh. Well, it'll make it easier to gargle.
Really, Mom? I'll spend the rest of my life like this.
Uh-huh. There's a dime on the floor. You can have it if you can find it.
Where?
Hey, your neck got better.
Oh, wish I didn't have such a tricky mother.
Lucy, I found 10 more stamps in my pocketbook. They're a little linty, but I think they're still good.
Good.
Now, do we have enough books to get to Hawaii?
I think we have enough to get to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Do they hula in Harrisburg?
Only if nobody's looking.
Oh, dear. Do you think Mr. Mooney would loan us enough money to get to Hawaii?
Oh, sure, if we went by surfboard.
Oh, I'm just dying to get there. I'm doing fine in my hula lessons. Watch me now, Lucy. Every movement has some sort of a meaning. It really means something like that. Now, what does this one mean?
It means you're not wearing a girdle.
Well, I look a lot better with my grass skirt on, but I just washed it.
You washed it?
Sure, what'd you expect me to do with a grass skirt? Mow it?
Get that, will you, Bill?
Okay. Oh, hi, Mr. Mooney. Mooney.
Mrs. Bagley, you look lovely today. And Mrs. Carmichael, you are your usual gorgeous self.
Mr. Mooney, I never knew you drank.
I was just drinking in your loveliness. Now, Mrs. Carmichael, unbelievable as it may sound, I need a favor from you.
You need a favor from me?
Oh, that's a switch.
Yes, you see, we're having our house painted, and I was wondering if I could leave my greenback here.
Well, now you can leave all your greenbacks here.
That greenback is my bird.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
It'll only be for the day because the smell of paint makes her ill.
Oh.
It makes my wife ill, too, but nobody will take care of her for a day. I just show you the little girl here. Yeah, we are.
Oh,
There she
isn't
is.
that
Oh,
darling?
she's beautiful.
Yeah.
What is she?
Well, that's a cockatiel.
Oh, a cockatiel. Well, we'd be very happy to take care of her, Mr. Mooney.
Good, good. Of course, I could have left her at the pen. Up some bad language.
Oh, well, don't you worry. I'll watch her like a hawk. Oh. What did I do?
She heard you say H-A-W-K.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Miss Carmichael, can I speak to you for a minute, please?
Okay, Charlie.
Look, I have to go back to the telephone company to pick up some more material, so I'm going to leave my equipment in the backyard, okay?
Okay.
I'm afraid you won't be able to use the phone till I get back, though.
That's all right.
I'll see you later.
Okay, Charlie.
She's the cutest thing.
Oh, she's
Does she
beautiful.
say anything, Mr. Mooney? Does she know any words?
Oh, yes, she talks. I taught her myself. All right, now, Greenie, say something for the nice ladies. Come on, say something.
E pluribus unum. E pluribus unum.
E pluribus unum, my favorite word.
Adorable. What do you feed her?
Well, now, here are typewritten instructions covering everything that you ought to know.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'd better be going. Oh, she'd never forgive me if I didn't say goodbye. Come on, Greenie. Come on. There. Goodbye, Greenie Weenie.
Bye, Popsy Wopsy.
She calls me Popsy Wopsy. Now, you'll be a good little bird, won't you? Yes, you'll do whatever the nice ladies tell you to do, won't you? Yes, that's good. All right, now, don't be a naughty little birdie. Now, Popsy Wopsy, we'll see you this evening.
Bye,
You'll behave yourself, won't you?
Popsy Wopsy.
Oh, good.
When he says goodbye to his wife, he just shakes hands. Weenie, weenie.
Lucy, I can't understand you. Every time you ask Mr. Mooney for a favor, he turns you down, and he comes over here and asks you one favor, and you accept him right away.
Well, I happen to be a very nice person.
Oh?
Yeah, besides, I got a sneaky little trick that might make Mr. Mooney raise my allowance.
That's better. What's the sneaky little trick?
Well, I just thought maybe the way to Mooney's heart is through Greenie, weenie, backy, wacky. Yeah. Greenie, Greenie, come here, Greenie. Repeat after me. Give Lucy more money.
Oh, that's a terrific sneaky trick. Do you think you can teach her to say that?
I don't know, but it's worth trying. Come on, pretty baby. Give Lucy more money. Give Lucy more money.
Come on now, if you don't say it, we're going to write it on a piece of paper and rub your beak in it.
Yeah, you scared her. You don't understand birds.
What do you mean I don't understand birds?
The only way that bird will learn anything from us is if she loves us. We have to make her feel she's among friends.
Well, what do you want us to do, grow feathers?
No. We'll give her fresh water, we'll feed her, we'll clean her cage, and then she'll love us.
Oh, listen, I fed, watered, and cleaned the cage of that bird I was married to, and you know how that turned out.
I got something else, Bev. I bet your greenback's gonna love this little mirror.
Oh, dear. Why don't you get that bird a statue?
A statue? statue?
Yeah, all birds love statues.
Oh,
You bought that bird so many presents you can hardly see her in the cage.
oh, yes, you can. She's down in there somewhere. Viv, there's no bird in here. Did you leave the cage door open when you put the water in?
No, I didn't. You must have left it open when you fed her.
No, I didn't
I
leave
did
it
not
open.
leave the door to that
Oh,
cage
Viv,
open. I
you
don't
must have.
I didn't. You must have
Let's not
left
yell
it
at
there.
each other. Let's not yell at each other.
Yeah, let's save all of our strength for when Mooney tries to kill us.
We gotta find her. We gotta find her. Here, greedy, weenie, backy, wacky. I heard her.
Oh, that was me. That was me. I thought maybe she'd answer something that she knew. Oh, Lucy.
Don't sit down, Viv. You might sit on her.
Oh, don't say
Well,
that.
she could be anywhere. Maybe she flew under the
Oh,
sofa.
how could she get? Maybe she's under the chair. She might be. Oh, hooray!
Did you find her?
No, but I found some more stamps.
Oh. Listen, go out in the garage and get the flashlight. She may be under here, but it's so dark I can't tell.
Okay.
Here, Greeny Weenie. Vote for Dewey? Boy, I gotta sweep under there more often.
Lucy, I found her.
Where?
She's out on the telephone pole.
A telephone
Yes.
pole? Oh, we gotta get that bird or we're dead ducks.
Yes, where did you see him? Right on the pole, on that telephone pole.
Which
He
one?
was right up there on. He's right up there. Here, see him? Right up there.
Oh.
Come on, Greenback. Greenie-back.
Here, I'll handle
Greenback.
this. I'll handle this. You come down off that wire this minute. Do you hear me? Right this minute.
Oh, boy, you sure got away with birds.
Well, I'm just gonna have to climb up there and get her.
Oh, Lucy, you can't do that. You'll get a shock.
Well, I'd rather face a few thousand volts of electricity than one angry Mooney, I can tell you that. Besides, the phone man was up there.
Yeah, but he had on rubber shoes and gloves and things like that.
Well, go look for something.
Okay. Gee, I hope you know what you're doing.
Don't worry about that. Come on, Greeny Weenie, Backy Wacky. Come on, honey. How would you like something to eat? Want something to eat, honey? Come on, honey. Come on. Never mind that.
Oh, Lucy, what are you doing with my grass skirt on?
My stretch pants just overstretched.
Well, don't you get that wrinkled.
Wrinkled? What'd you get?
Well, I got these swim fins at Jerry's and a butterfly net and some asbestos gloves.
Well, good thinking, Viv.
What do you mean, good thinking? I'm getting just as kooky as you are.
Oh. Now go get the big ladder for me.
What do you want with the ladder?
I need the ladder to get out on the roof, to get out on the pole, to get out to get the bird. Now get going.
Oh, yeah, all right.
When I get my hands on you, you're gonna wish you were never hatched.
Okay, hand me the cage. Got it. Oh, I swore I'd never come up on this roof again after we put up that antenna.
Never mind that now.
Come on. Come on now, Lucy.
Hurry up! Hurry up! Have you ever tried to hurry up a ladder in swim fins and a grass skirt?
Well, you never looked lovelier. Lucy,
What?
you look like a Hawaiian trying to stamp out a fire. Not that, not that. Oh, come, up.
Don't make any more jokes.
Well, don't try to knock this antenna down. Lucy,
What?
maybe I could try to get him with the net, huh?
Of course not. You'd frighten the bird. Now, don't even think of that.
Listen, if he didn't get scared looking at you in that outfit, this isn't
Hello, Greenback. Hello, Greeny Weenie. Come here, Greenback. What a bird. She speaks Latin, but she can't understand English. I'm just gonna have to go out on that pole and get her, that's all.
If I wanted to be careful, I never would have moved in with you.
Viv, you're gonna have to give me a boost.
Give you a boost?
Yes. Come on.
Okay.
I don't mean with a butterfly net.
All right. You
Now
watch
help
me
me get
now,
up on
Lucy.
here.
Am I near you yet?
Not yet, honey. Back up, back up. Back up. A little bit more. A little bit more.
Yeah?
That's it. Now give me a boost.
Give you a... Oh! Lucy, get your flipper out of my face. I'll try again. Ready?
Yeah, go.
Go.
Yeah. There, I got it. Okay. These flippers weren't made for climbing.
Lucy, don't look down. You might get dizzy. I mean, you might get dizzier than you are.
You cut that out. Jerry, you stop that.
Oh, Mom, I just want to watch.
You get down from there this minute.
Yes, Mom.
Sheesh.
What was he doing?
Oh, he was standing on top of the fence. I don't know why children do such dangerous, stupid things.
Oh, brother.
Come here, Greenback. Come here, Greenback. Ow! 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 Ow!
Lucy, answer the phone. It's scaring the bird.
Well, it's not doing me any good either. Hello?
Operator, give me the police.
The police?
Yeah, there's some fruitcake up on the roof wearing flippers and a grass skirt yelling, eat, eat. And there's another fruitcake trying to catch her in a net and put her in a cage.
Oh, come now. The police would never believe a story like that. Oh, some nut. Here, Greenie. Here, Greenie. Come on, baby.
Come on, Birdie.
Oh, I got an idea. You see this thing?
Yeah.
This is a seat that the telephone men use.
It is?
Yeah.
What are you going to do, Lucy?
I'm going to get in here. I'm going to push off.
Don't hurt my grass skirt.
Oh, I know. Man, for heaven's sake. We don't get this bird, you'll never get any place. It won't matter whether you got a grass skirt or not. For heaven's sake. Now, I'm going to push off, and I'm going to get you, you little rascal. Okay.
It's the only way to fly.
Well, smarty pants, I'm blasting off again, Greenie Weenie.
What happened?
Oh, thank heaven you're here, Sam.
What's the matter, Mr. Mooney?
I need some tranquilizers for Greenback. She's had a frightening experience.
Really? What happened?
Well, foolishly, I left the poor little bird with the biggest bird brain in town. But she escaped and flew right home to her daddy. But she's a nervous wreck.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. You know, if these bird tranquilizers don't work, you may have to take her to see a psychiatrist.
Yes, I probably will. A psychiatrist? For pets?
Yeah, one just opened an office here last week. I got his card right here. Dr. Marshall Belson, pet psychiatrist, Ph.D.
Ph.D.?
Parrots, horses, and dogs. But I hear he's pretty good with cockatiels, too.
These should fix her up. Put them on my account, will you?
Sure, Mr. Mooney.
Oh, Sam, I have a hunch that the woman who allowed Greenback to escape will come in here to buy another cockatiel. Now, if she does, phone me. I'll be right next door at the bank. Then you stall her till I get back.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, how will I recognize her?
Oh, you can't miss her. Her hair's dyed, And her brain isn't too long for this world either.
What can I do for you, ladies?
I've got to have a cockatiel right away.
Cockatiel.
Yes, please.
Oh, a cockatiel.
Yes, do you have a
Well,
cockatiel?
you've certainly come to the right place.
Oh, good.
But, would you excuse me for a moment? I gotta make a phone call.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
I don't think we'll find another one that looks just exactly like Greenback.
Well, we've got to if we expect a full moon.
Oh, look, there are the turtles. Oh, I bought a turtle in here once that just hated me.
Well, how can you tell when a turtle hates you?
He kept trying to rub my name off of his back.
Listen, Viv, where do you think Greenback is?
Halfway to Capistrano.
If she was a cockatiel, not a swallow.
Sorry to keep you ladies waiting.
Oh, that's
now,
all right.
what kind of a cockatiel did you want?
Well, do you have one with a green back and a blue dot on its left wing that says E pluribus unum?
No, but I got a black-coated minor bird that says hello, goodbye, and rat fink.
No, that's no good.
How about a parrot that sings hello, Polly?
No, choose the cockatiels, please.
Follow me to the bird.
Okay.
Hello, goodbye, rat thing.
Interested?
No, I've got to have a cockatiel.
This way to the birds, ladies.
Rat Fink!
How about
Rat
that?
Fink, he said. Oh, look at him.
There's some
Lucy.
cockatiels.
Oh, look.
How
Aren't
about
they?
that
Oh,
one over
my.
there?
This one here?
That one?
Yeah.
That one right over there in the corner.
That looks kind of like it.
No,
Which
Lucy,
one,
that
lady?
one's too fat.
Too fat,
Too
yeah.
fat. Much fatter than the other one.
How about this one right here? Over there,
How
over there.
about that one?
near-
Yeah, how
on
about
the
that
end.
one? Uh-huh.
You want that one here?
Oh, I don't know. No, his ears don't look the same.
Cockatiels don't have ears.
Well, he doesn't look the same where his ears are supposed to be. You know what I mean.
Excuse me.
How about that one back there, Via?
That looks, gee, they all look sort of alike.
There's
Oh,
one
look at
down
that
there
cute
that's
little
sort of the
blurred.
same
Isn't that a
color,
cute
ain't it?
one?
Yeah.
Huh? Hey, how about that one? We're sitting up there with that little
Yeah,
thing.
get it for me, will you,
Okay.
Via?
Well, look at him. Come here, little bird. Come here, little cockatiel. Come here, little cockatiel. Ow! He bit my finger.
Which one?
That blue one. He must be a friend of that turtle I bought.
Say, I'll
You
get
get it,
one.
Lucy.
Okay.
That one right up there?
Yeah.
Huh?
It looks like it's got kind of the same.
Oh, aren't they the cutest little thing? Isn't that darling?
Now, don't you jump.
Oh, he's got a white dot, though, instead of a blue one.
Oh, well, I'll put some blue eyeshadow on it.
Mr. Mooney, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, Mr.
One of the little bells, please. Oh, ladies.
Oh, but Mr. Mooney, what am I doing here? I mean, what are you doing here?
Well, I was buying a homecoming gift for Greenback. What are you doing here?
well, we were buying a going-away gift for Greenback.
Oh, yeah, that's good. A going-away present, yeah.
Oh, we just love that bird.
Yeah, we just love them.
Isn't that nice? To know Greenback is to love her. By the way, Greenback gets lonesome. Who's watching her now?
Oh, we hired a babysitter. I mean, a bird sitter.
Is something wrong with you?
No. Why do you ask? Oh, you mean, well, whenever Viv hums, I can't help dancing.
Mrs. Bagley isn't humming.
Oh, I was just about to start humming.
Yeah. To get more fun out of life, try dancing.
Oh, thank you.
Can't you stand still?
Did you ever try to stand still with a bird in your blouse?
Oh, by the way, Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes?
After work, I'll stop by your house and pick up Greenback.
You will?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll sure hate to lose her again. I mean, see her go.
Now, I know how you feel. I can hardly wait to see her again.
Oh, me too.
Well, goodbye, ladies.
Goodbye. He's gone. Oh, boy. Sir, we found the bird we want.
Well, which one is it?
Well, it's this one right here.
I'll put it in the cage.
Okay.
That'll be $6.
Thank you. Oh, boy. Oh, darn it, my purse. What happened? It fell in the fishbowl.
Lady, look out!
Well, my purse fell in the fishbowl.
Those are piranha fish.
So what? I'm not bothering them.
They're man-eaters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you're lucky, lady. They'll devour anything.
Oh, Well, my money is in my purse.
Oh, well, I'll get a hook and get it out. Excuse me.
Oh, my.
Pardon me.
Oh. Ugh.
Send a bucket of those fish to my ex-husband for his birthday.
Come on now, come on. See, E pluribus unum, E pluribus unum. See it right there above the eagle?
If she can't talk, how do you expect her to read?
What are we gonna do? Mr. Mooney will know it's not his bird.
Well, we could say that the bird fell off of her ladder, landed on its head, and has amnesia.
Oh, Viv, that's the silliest thing I ever heard. Come in.
Well, how's my little greenback?
She fell off her ladder, landed on her head, and got amnesia.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard.
That's what I told Viv.
Why does she have a white spot on her wing instead of a blue one?
Oh, the fall scared her so much that she turned white.
That's right, that's right. That's actually what happened. It's just one of those crazy things.
Oh, well, this seems to be a day for crazy things.
Oh?
When I went home for lunch, the strangest thing happened. A bird flew through my window that looked exactly like Greenback.
Really?
Yes, yes. She landed on my shoulder, kissed my cheek, but instead of saying E pluribus unum, it said, give Lucy more money.
Well, what do you think of that?
I think you are an irresponsible nitwit, and that bird is a cheap fake.
It's not cheap. It cost me $6.
Well, you take your bird, and I'll take my cage. Leaving my precious Greenback with you was like leaving General Custer with Sitting Bull.
Boy, he was mad. And I don't blame him. You certainly were a bird brain to keep the door of that cage open.
Me, a bird brain? You were a bird brain for not watching the cage.
Oh, look who's calling who a bird brain.
You're both bird brains.
Officer Carmichael reporting. Traffic Department, badge number 8715, District 9, 21st Precinct, Division 7. Vehicle number 12, Unit 11A, Women's Auxiliary.
Can't you just say hi like everybody else?
Hi. Captain, wait till you see my batch of tickets. I gave 7 tickets to drivers for overtime parking, 2 jaywalkers, 1 fellow for being parked in a loading zone, and 1 fellow for being loaded in a parking zone.
My, you've been a busy little bee, haven't you?
Yes, sir, and I'm not finished yet. I just came back to get some more chalk from you.
The chalk is in the stock room.
Oh, yes, sir.
And Officer Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
We don't salute around here.
Oh, well, I guess it's an old habit. I used to be a whack.
Used to.
Captain Bradford?
Yes, Baker?
I've been studying these reports on the Lover's Lane holdups.
Yeah?
Well, I think this green scarf bandit has been just hanging around up there waiting for easy pickings. So why don't we set a trap for him?
Oh, a stakeout, huh?
Well, yeah, I'll take one of the girls from the department. We'll pretend we're sweethearts.
Hey, that's a good idea, Baker, but our policewomen, they don't look like the type you'd find at Lover's Lane.
Well, if we find the right girl, I'm ready to go.
Now, this Lover's Lane stakeout calls for the kind of a chick that looks a little bit kooky.
Officer Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
I think we hit the jackpot.
You come here.
Yes, sir.
you've been a real eager beaver around here. Now, how would you like to do some real police work?
Oh, yes. What? When? Where?
We're setting a trap to catch a crook.
We call him Green Scarf Louie because he always covers his face with one.
Oh. With one what?
A green scarf.
Oh.
Detective Baker wants you to go to Lover's Lane with him tonight and act like your sweethearts.
Sweetheart?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know, sir. I have an appointment to play bridge tonight. I'm sorry, Detective Baker.
Oh, I'm not Baker. Oh, I'm Baker.
Oh, how do you do? You see, every Monday... I may be able to go, sir.
Well, make up your mind, Officer Carmichael.
The answer is yes, I'll go, as long as it's in the line of duty, sir.
Fine.
I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock tonight.
Officer Carmichael?
Yes, sir.
I want you to understand that this is very confidential police business.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're not to discuss this with anyone.
Not anyone.
Where do you live?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not permitted to discuss that with anyone.
Oh, you can discuss it with him.
Oh, I live at 132 Post Road.
Good. What's your telephone number?
My phone number?
Mm-hmm. Don't you know your own phone number?
It's been so long since anyone's asked for it. Viv, I think you better go upstairs.
Why?
Well, I just don't want you here when he comes, that's all.
Oh, you can't stand the competition, huh?
Oh, come on now, Viv.
All right, I'll go. But before I do, I'm going to ask you for the very last time. Who is he?
I can't tell you.
Oh, come on now. Can't you just give me one little hint?
All right. I met him today at work, and no more questions.
He's a policeman.
No. No. I don't know what he is.
Now, you said you met him at work.
Yeah, I gave him a traffic ticket, and while I was taking his name and address, he asked for my name and address, and, well, that's the way Niagara Falls. There he is. Go on upstairs.
Okay.
Go on now. All right, Vivian.
Oh, now, Lucy.
No eavesdropping.
Oh,
You
come
get
on now. I just
No.
want to see what he looks like.
Get upstairs.
If I just saw what he's like, then I would go upstairs.
Go on. Hurry up. Come in. Go on.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Is Officer Carmichael in?
What?
But it's you. I didn't recognize you.
Oh, you didn't?
Somehow, when you're out of your police uniform, you look a lot bigger.
Bigger?
Taller. It must be those high heels.
Yeah.
You see, down at the police station, I just kind of think of you as one of the boys.
Oh. Well, Detective Baker, I hope I handle this assignment correctly.
Lucy!
What is it, Viv?
I want a drink of water.
Now, Vivian, there's water upstairs.
Now, I want a drink of cold water.
All right, come on down. Every time I have company.
Oh, my brother's little girl is just like that, too.
You want to bet?
Oh, hello. Why, I didn't know you had company.
Mr. Baker, this is my friend, Mrs. Bagley.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Oh, how do you do? Lucy's told me all about you.
She has?
I told her that I met you when I gave you a parking ticket.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. We met when she arrested me.
Oh, well, lots of romances start with a pinch.
Vivian,
hope you have a nice time tonight, wherever you're going.
We'll probably just go for a drive.
Well, you certainly picked a lovely evening for it. The spring is in the air, and the moon is in the sky.
And the water's in the kitchen.
Excuse me.
Certainly. Well, you told her about me, huh?
No, of course I didn't. Captain Bradford said not to discuss it with anyone.
Now, that's very good.
Thank you. Now, shall we get going and do our duty?
Yes. Oh, but first, I have something for you.
Real diamonds?
Real diamonds.
And platinum mink?
Bait.
Bait?
The green scarf Louis.
Oh, well, you sure set a nice trap. These are beautiful.
Don't get too fond of them. They're police property, and you've got to be very careful of them.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
I just want to powder my nose. I'll be right out.
Fine, I'll wait for you in the car.
Okay.
Relax, Mrs. Carmichael.
Relax.
Just don't be so nervous. Pretend you're on a date.
Pretend I'm on a date. I guess I'm just a little out of practice. I mean, I've never dated a policeman before.
Well, neither have I. Will you take it easy, please? Now, keep it down. You don't want to scare him off.
Okay.
Just act natural. Snuggle up to me.
What?
Snuggle up to me.
Why?
We're supposed to be sweethearts. Now snuggle up to me. There. That's better. We just have to sit here and wait.
Okay.
That's good.
Fine. Down at headquarters, I heard you got a medal.
That's right.
What was it for?
Service beyond the line of duty.
On an assignment like this?
No. No, I handcuffed a burglar to myself while he had a gun on me.
Couldn't he have killed you?
Before he could react, I tossed the key to the handcuff out the window.
Oh, Bill, you shouldn't take such chances.
Now, how far could he get with a detective handcuffed to him?
Oh, I see. What's a big idea? What's the matter with you?
That was nothing personal. I just thought I saw a green scarf Louis.
Oh.
Now, Officer Carmichael, let's get this straight once and for all. If I kiss you, if I hug you, it is only because I don't want us to look suspicious.
All right.
Now, it's all in a day's work.
Okay.
Come on. Gee. That's good. Get comfortable. That's fine.
Okay. Say, doesn't your wife object to you going on assignments like this?
I'm not married.
Oh?
They only send bachelors out on assignments like this.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, excuse me just a moment.
What you gonna do?
Gotta call headquarters. Calling headquarters. This is Baker on the Paradise Grove stakeout.
This is headquarters. Captain Bradford speaking. Go ahead, Baker.
Chief, I'm leaving my switch open, so keep a monitor listening in at all times. If you happen to hear me make contact with the suspect, throw a roadblock on Paradise Grove.
Check. Over and out.
Roger. Well, all we can do now is wait and hope. There we go. If Green Scarf Louie works on schedule, he should be sticking us up any minute. Any minute? Any minute. Please ignore that. It was just an accident.
I heard it.
Oh, that rips it. Look, if he was here, he certainly isn't here now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. All this time and effort wasted.
I said I'm sorry,
Yeah, I
Bill.
know, so am I. I hate to fall down on an assignment like this. Oh, no. Well, I'll just take you home.
Oh, well, we'll try it again tomorrow night, huh, Bill?
I don't think so.
Why not?
He'll never come back up here. Now he knows there's a police stakeout.
Oh, well, now, Bill, that's where you're wrong. If he thinks that we think that he won't be back, then he'll think that since we think he won't be back, that we won't come back. And if he thinks we won't come back because we think he won't come back, then I think he'll come back because I think that's the way he thinks. What do you think?
I think you're nuts.
I think so, too.
Oh, I'm just not gonna wear that thing.
Oh, now, Viv, you've got to wear this green scarf over your face.
Why?
That's why they call him Green Scarf Louie.
Well, this whole thing is ridiculous.
Oh, please, Viv, it took me an hour to talk Bill into trying another stakeout. Now, you gotta help.
Well...
Now, I have a feeling that Green Scarf Louie will come back eventually. And if Bill thinks that he sees him tonight, he'll continue the stakeouts and he'll catch him.
What if he catches me?
Oh, he won't, Viv. All you have to do is give me a signal, peek up from behind a rock, and then go on home.
Well, all right.
Thank you.
What kind of a signal?
Well, can you make a noise like a cricket?
I am not rubbing my hind legs together for anything.
All right, can you make a noise like an owl? Hoo, hoo.
Oh, I think I can do a little thing like that.
All right. Now, do you know how to get to Lover's Lane?
Do I know how to get to Lover's Lane? Before Ralph and I were married, we spent our happiest hours up there.
Really?
Yeah, but that's before Ralph and I met each other.
Oh, gee, what a beautiful night. I just love moonlight and flowers and crickets and frogs.
Tell me, do you like to dance?
Yes, why?
I was just thinking about the policeman's ball this Saturday night.
You were?
Yeah. Would you like to go?
I sure would.
Fine. Here are 2 tickets.
You're giving me 2 tickets?
Yeah, I bowl on Saturday night. Well, I think we ought to call off this stakeout.
Oh, now, Bill, I just know the Green Scarf Louie is around here someplace.
How do you know?
A woman's intuition. Now, believe me, he's around here someplace. Bill, I just saw Green Scarf Louie over behind that rock.
All right, let's play it cool. Into position. That's right. Relax. You're right. It's the bandit.
What bandit? What bandit are you talking about?
You just stay right here.
Where are you going? Oh, Bill, you're supposed to stay here. He's supposed to come to me, remember?
I know, but I think I can sneak up on him and take him from behind.
Sneak up and take him from behind?
Yes.
Oh, don't shoot her. Him? No, I can't stand the noise.
Now, look, will you please sit down there and be quiet, Lucy?
Yes, sir.
For heaven's sake, what are you doing here? I told you to go on home. He's out there looking for you. Oh, put that gun down. For heaven's sake, I might know you'd be a big ham and have to go overboard. Now go on home.
Shut up, lady, and nobody will get hurt.
What?
Shut up. One peep and I'll clobber you quicker than you can say Jack Robinson.
Jack who? I mean, who?
I told you not one peep.
That's not a peep, it's a who.
Shut up. Give me that fur. Hand over that bracelet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jabba! Bill!
What's the matter, Lucy? What's the matter? Who was here?
The man with the green face.
What?
Yeah, but he got Bill.
Hello, this is Baker calling headquarters. Baker calling headquarters.
This is headquarters. Go ahead, Baker.
Yeah, Chief, the Green Scarf Bandit just made another heist, but I think he's still in the vicinity of Paradise Grove.
Tell me he's got a green scarf over his face and he wears a trench coat and he has a black hat.
They already know that, Lucy.
Oh, well, do they know that he got the mink stole and the diamond bracelet?
What?
I couldn't help it. He had a gun on me.
Officer Carmichael, those items cost the taxpayers a small fortune. Do you realize you might be kicked out of the police force?
And he means out.
Well, here I am in Lover's Lane with a girl. Shh. Oh, I don't know how I ever let you talk me into this. Let's get out of here, Lucy.
No. If I don't capture Green Scarf Louie, I'm out of a job. I told you that.
And what about the spot you're going to be in when you tell Mr. Mooney that you bought a mink stole and a diamond bracelet on the installment plan?
After I get the bandit, I'll return the stuff to the store.
How do you even know he'll show up?
That's just a hunch. It's a shot in the dark.
Huh. We may both get shot in the dark. Come on, Lucy, let's go.
No, no. Now, there's nothing to worry about.
Last night, he stuck a gun in your ribs, and I'm the target for tonight.
Yeah, but tonight I'm ready for him.
Handcuffs?
Yeah.
What good are these if he's got a gun?
Well, I'll show you. Now, make believe you've got a gun and stick me up.
Oh, no.
Come on now, Viv.
I don't want to.
Come on, do what I ask you and stick me up. Now, come on, I'll show you.
Stick him up.
I gotcha.
Wow, that's really clever.
You bet it's clever.
Hey, but couldn't the burglar shoot you?
The minute I snap the cuffs on, I show him the key and throw the key away.
Lucy, you're absolutely wonderful. Just wonderful.
Just routine police work, that's all.
Well, let's get the key now to get this San Quentin charm bracelet off.
Okay.
My arm's through the steering wheel.
What?
Look at it, it's through the steering wheel.
You're kidding.
Oh, there it is.
How could you do a stupid thing like that?
I don't know I could do a stupid thing like that, to tell you the truth.
Oh,
I
for
said stick 'em up.
heaven's sake.
Oh, well, now.
Oh, Vivian. Honestly. What are we going to do now?
Why don't you take the steering wheel off?
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, this is the easiest setup I ever had.
Oh, no.
Now, hand over that bracelet.
Oh, no. You don't want to take that fur in this bracelet.
Why not?
Oh, you have to keep up the payments on them.
Give me.
Oh, you really should take. Oh. If.
Oh. It's you again. What are you made up for?
I'm Officer Carmichael from the police department.
Well, now, you just keep right on working for him, dearie, and I'll be a millionaire. I'll see you tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Oh, and don't be late.
No.
I'll take that. You stand still. Keep him covered.
Bill. Bill, what are you doing here?
We had a stakeout in another car.
You had a stakeout with
Yeah.
another girl?
Oh, well, not exactly. You remember Detective Murdoch.
How are you?
All right, you take care of him, Fred.
Oh, boy.
We decided that this stakeout was a little dangerous for a girl.
I'm not a girl. I am Officer Carmichael.
You're right. You're a pretty good cop.
Thank you. And so are you, Bill.
Thanks. Oh, by the way, my bowling game is off Saturday night if you don't have a date for the policeman's ball.
Oh, I'd love to go.
Have you got a friend for me?
How about me?
You keep quiet.
I've got a couple of tickets if you'd like to go with me.
I'd love to if you let me borrow your dress.
Come on, let's get moving. Get him out of here.
On your way. Go on.
Oh, by the way, Officer Carmichael.
Yes, Bill.
I'm going to see to it that you get credit for this arrest.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bye, Bill.
Bye, Bill. See you Saturday night.
Oh, boy. Did you hear that, Viv? This'll be a feather in my cap.
Good, it'll match that feather brain of yours.
What do you mean, my feather brain?
You let him get away without unlocking these handcuffs.
Bill! Bill! Hey, Bill!
What was that, thunder?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, it's gonna rain.
It wouldn't dare rain. Bill!
Bill!
Hey, Bill!
Lucy Carmichael's first problem is not really her eyesight, but her determination to insist that nothing is wrong with it. Vivian Bagley immediately notices that Lucy is struggling with small print and suggests that she get glasses, but Lucy refuses with characteristic confidence, insisting that she has perfect vision. The comedy begins with this stubborn denial because the audience can already see the contradiction between Lucy's certainty and her increasingly unreliable ability to read. When Vivian asks her to read a cookbook recipe, Lucy confidently attempts to do so, but the words emerge as a wonderfully distorted version of the printed instructions. Her mental reading of the chicken recipe becomes more than a simple visual joke. It establishes Lucy's pride, vanity, and comic unwillingness to admit defeat. Lucy Ball's performance would make every hesitation and mispronunciation significant, allowing Lucy's face and voice to reveal what her words stubbornly conceal. Vivian's practical suggestion that Lucy wear glasses creates a revealing conflict between necessity and appearance. Lucy does not merely say that she dislikes glasses. She explains that she does not have the face for them, turning a medical inconvenience into a question of personal beauty and self-image. Vivian counters that millions of women wear glasses and look marvelous, but Lucy remains unconvinced. This exchange captures one of the script's most appealing qualities. An ordinary domestic conversation becomes a miniature battle of personalities. Vivian approaches the problem rationally, while Lucy approaches it emotionally and theatrically. Lucy Ball's comic artistry lies in making Lucy's vanity sympathetic rather than cruel. Her refusal is ridiculous, but it is also recognizably human. She wants to feel attractive, independent, and in control, and the possibility of glasses threatens all three. The result is gentle comedy rooted in character rather than mere mechanical joke construction. Whilst Lucy rejects ordinary glasses, Vivian offers an alternative that immediately appeals to her contact lenses. The attraction is obvious because contact lenses promise the visual correction Lucy needs without changing the appearance she is so determined to protect. Yet the price, approximately $200, seems impossible for someone whose financial situation is already precarious. Vivian then discovers an advertisement offering contact lenses with no money down, a payment plan spread across many weeks, and a free trial period. Lucy's excitement rises because the advertisement appears to transform an expensive luxury into something manageable. The comedy becomes especially sharp when she discovers the catch her credit must be approved. The transcript makes Lucy's poor credit rating part of the joke, with her explaining that even the newspaper delivery boy requires immediate payment. This turns consumer credit into a character-based gag, revealing both Lucy's financial limitations and her remarkable optimism whenever she sees a possible solution. Mr. Mooney's arrival gives the contact lens scheme an ideal comic obstacle because his profession makes him especially qualified to understand the financial danger Lucy is ignoring. Lucy asks him not for money but for a guarantee of her credit, and his response is perfectly suited to their relationship. As her banker, he can guarantee that her credit could hardly be worse. His skepticism immediately punctures Lucy's enthusiasm. He points out that the weekly payment eventually adds up to more than $200, while Lucy continues to focus on the attractive small payment. This contrast between the immediate and the eventual is central to the comedy. Lucy thinks in terms of what she can manage this week. Mr. Mooney thinks about a full obligation. His worrying about throwing $200 down the drain is deliberately repetitive, allowing Lucy Ball to react with increasing alarm while still refusing to surrender. The exchange demonstrates how Mr. Mooney's exasperation becomes a comic counterweight to Lucy's determination. Lucy finally persuades Mr. Mooney to guarantee the purchase by promising that any financial trouble can be taken from her allowance over the following months. His agreement is reluctant, but Lucy treats it as a major victory. The moment is important because it shows that her schemes are not simply ridiculous. She is constantly negotiating, bargaining, and improvising within the limits of her circumstances. Her insistence that she cannot afford glasses because she does not like their appearance leads naturally to the more expensive alternatives, and her willingness to accept a payment plan reveals the tension between middle-class aspiration and financial reality. The humor also depends upon Lucy's confidence that everything will work out. She hears the phrase free trial offer and sees opportunity rather than risk. That optimism is one of the reasons the character remains lovable. Even when her judgment is questionable, her energy is infectious, and Lucy Ball can turn that confidence into comedy through a raised eyebrow, an emphatic gesture, or a sudden burst of delighted certainty. After the visit to the doctor, Lucy returns with renewed enthusiasm for the contact lens. She reports that the doctor found her eyes to be in excellent condition and that the lenses are so comfortable she barely notices them. Her satisfaction is intensified by the fact that Vivian can no longer see any obvious sign that Lucy is wearing anything at all. The joke works on several levels because Lucy has finally achieved precisely what she wanted, improved vision without sacrificing her appearance. Yet the very success of the solution contains the seed of the common comic problem. Lucy has gained a tiny, nearly invisible object whose loss will therefore be extraordinarily difficult to detect. The transcript also links Lucy's improved sight directly to an ordinary domestic responsibility. Vivian has been preparing the chocolate fudge cake for the charity sale, and Lucy, now proud of her corrected vision, wants to contribute by finishing the icing. The situation is innocent, practical, and perfectly prepared for catastrophe. The chocolate fudge cake gives the story a wonderfully ordinary domestic setting in which Lucy's new confidence can briefly flourish. Vivian has already baked the cake while Lucy was visiting the doctor, and Lucy insists that she should finish icing this because she is the one making the charitable contribution. Their conversation about getting the boys to carry the cake to the bank reinforces that everyday rhythm of the household. Lucy cleverly persuades the children by offering the possibility of licking the bowl, only to attach that reward to the task of delivering the cake. The boys immediately recognize the catch, and the resistance becomes another small comic obstacle. The exchange also keeps the charitable purpose of the cake in view, showing Lucy and Vivian participating in community life despite their financial concerns. The humor is affectionate because Lucy's manipulation of the boys is not malicious. It is simply another example of her resourcefulness. For the moment, everything appears under control, and the freshly acquired contact lenses seem like an uncomplicated success. The first unmistakable sign of trouble arrives when Lucy discovers that the contact lens is no longer where it should be. Her improved vision suddenly becomes unreliable, and the domestic environment turns into a field of uncertainty. The transcript captures Lucy's alarm through repeated exclamations and frantic attempts to determine where the tiny lens could have fallen. Her fear is intensified by the financial consequences. This is not merely a lost object, but something that represents a substantial expense which Mr. Mooney reluctantly agreed to guarantee. The comedy therefore grows from Lucy's very practical concern about money. She is not panicking simply because the lens is inconvenient. She is terrified that Mr. Mooney will discover that his warning has apparently come true. Lucy's physical performance would be crucial here, especially as Lucy begins feeling her way around the room, looking in different directions and trying to reconstruct what happened. Her panic transforms a microscopic problem into an enormous domestic emergency. Lucy and Vivian such becomes increasingly physical as they attempt to determine where the lens might have fallen. The contrast between the lens's tiny size and Lucy's enormous action is the essence of the sequence. Lucy moves cautiously, feels around surfaces, and repeatedly worries about the cost while Vivian tries to help her maintain some sense of order. The possibility that the lens may have fallen into the cake suddenly changes everything. Lucy realizes that she may have iced the chocolate fudge cake while the lens was missing, meaning the object could now be hidden somewhere inside the finished dessert. This is precisely the kind of escalation that defines Lucy's comedy. A small personal inconvenience becomes a problem involving food, charity, money, and social embarrassment all at once. Her imagination immediately supplies the worst possible consequence. Rather than calmly accepting that the lens might simply be gone, she commits herself completely to finding it, and that determination drives the situation toward its next absurd development. The discovery that the contact lens may have disappeared into the cake provides a natural transition from Lucy's private concern to a full-scale comic crisis. She realizes that the charity sale has already taken place and that the cake may now be mixed among other chocolate fudge cakes that look almost identical. Her immediate response is not resignation but action. She decides that she must recover the cake and find the missing lens before anyone discovers what has happened. This response perfectly captures Lucy Carmichael's defining comic instinct. Whenever reality creates an obstacle, she responds by doing more, moving faster, inventing another explanation, or taking a greater risk. The contact lens has already exposed her vanity, financial anxiety, and stubbornness, but it has also revealed her extraordinary resourcefulness. The scene therefore ends not with a solution, but with Lucy poised to pursue the problem wherever it leads, turning an invisible speck of glass into the next great domestic challenge of her relentlessly inventive world. The missing contact lens transforms Lucy's utter confidence into immediate panic, because the tiny object has suddenly become much more important than its physical size would suggest. What had seemed like a modern convenience that allowed her to avoid wearing glasses is now an expensive possession that may be permanently lost. Lucy's first instinct is to search everywhere, and her agitation becomes increasingly visible as she tries to reconstruct exactly where the lens disappeared. The comedy depends upon the contrast between her ordinary surroundings and the enormous seriousness with which she treats a problem. Lucy Ball could make this kind of moment endlessly expressive through darting eyes, nervous gestures, sudden pauses, and increasingly frantic movements. Lucy is not merely looking for a lens. She is trying to prevent an embarrassing admission that a clever solution may have created an even larger problem. Vivian's presence provides a practical counterweight that keeps Lucy's panic from becoming completely uncontrolled. While Lucy imagines every possible place where the lens might have fallen, Vivian attempts to reason through the situation and determine what Lucy was doing immediately before she noticed the loss. The contrasting approaches create a familiar comic rhythm. Lucy reacts first and thinks afterward, whereas Vivian tries to reconstruct the evidence before reaching a conclusion. Yet Vivian is also drawn into Lucy's increasingly complicated search because the possibility that the lens has disappeared into the food cannot simply be dismissed. The chocolate fudge cake becomes an especially effective comic object because it is soft, but sticky, and visually capable of concealing something almost impossibly small. Lucy's concern about the lens therefore begins to merge with her concern about the cake, creating the kind of domestic predicament in which an innocent household task suddenly requires extraordinary investigation. The realization that the contact lens could have fallen into the chocolate fudge cake gives Lucy a new and much more alarming theory to pursue. Instead of accepting that the lens might simply be lost somewhere in the room, she begins concentrating on the dessert itself. Her attention becomes intensely focused because the cake represents both a possible hiding place and a potential source of humiliation. Lucy knows that the cake was prepared for a charitable purpose, which means that recovering the missing object is no longer merely a private matter. The situation now involves other people who expect the dessert to be perfectly safe and presentable. This is where the script turns Lucy's financial anxiety into physical comedy. She cannot simply replace the lens without consequences, and she cannot calmly allow the cake to remain untouched if she believes the lens may be inside it. Her desperation makes the ordinary cake suddenly seem like evidence in a major investigation. Lucy's reasoning becomes increasingly complicated as she considers how the cake could possibly be searched without destroying it. The problem is inherently visual because the audience understands that the contact lens is almost invisible while the cake is large enough to require an enormous amount of effort to inspect. Lucy Bowles' performance would naturally exploit that disproportion. Lucy can stare intensely at the icing, move her face closer, examine a particular spot, hesitate, and then suddenly become convinced that she has discovered something important. Each tiny gesture can become a comic event because her concentration is so exaggerated. Vivian's reactions make the sequence even more effective. She understands that Lucy is becoming obsessed, yet she also recognizes that the missing lens could genuinely be somewhere within the dessert. Their shared uncertainty creates the perfect comic atmosphere. Neither woman can confidently dismiss Lucy's theory, so the search continues with increasing seriousness and decreasing practicality. The situation becomes especially absurd when Lucy realizes that the cake may no longer be uniquely identifiable. Instead of having one unmistakable dessert to inspect, she is confronted with the possibility that numerous chocolate fudge cakes look essentially alike. The transcript reference to 15 nearly identical cakes turns Lucy's private problem into an almost impossible search. The number itself contributes to the comedy because it suggests a ridiculous scale of effort compared with the microscopic object being solved. Lucy's determination, however, does not diminish. If anything, the presence of multiple cakes gives her another reason to become more intense. She must somehow determine which cake is connected to her missing lens, and the more she thinks about the problem, the more complicated it becomes. The comedy is rooted in her refusal to accept an inconvenient possibility that the lens may simply be gone. Her personality demands action, and action is precisely what makes the situation spiral. Lucy's search through the cakes illustrates one of the most characteristic forms of physical comedy associated with Lucille Ball, the transformation of a simple task into an exhausting sequence of increasingly awkward movements. Instead of quietly examining the dessert, Lucy approaches the cakes with the urgency of someone performing delicate scientific work under impossible conditions. Her hands, eyes, posture, and facial expressions all become part of the investigation. The chocolate icing creates another layer of comic danger because Lucy must search carefully without ruining the cakes. Every movement carries the possibility of making the situation worse. Vivian remains close enough to help but sensible enough to recognize the absurdity of what they are doing. Their partnership is important because Lucy's frantic behavior becomes funnier when contrasted with Vivian's attempts to preserve some practical perspective. The humor never depends solely on dialogue. It emerges from the physical relationship between Lucy, the kids, and the missing lens. As the search continues, Lucy's financial worries remain an important source of motivation. The contact lenses were not an inexpensive purchase, but she could casually replace, and the arrangement that made them possible had already required Mr. Mooney's reluctant assistance. Consequently, every unsuccessful attempt to locate the missing lens carries the shadow of a larger embarrassment. Lucy does not want to admit that her insistence on avoiding classes has led to this predicament. That emotional pressure makes her increasingly inventive. She cannot simply say that she has made a mistake because Lucy's personality is built around finding another solution whenever a problem appears. The cakes therefore become objects of both hope and anxiety. Somewhere among them, he believes may be the evidence that will rescue her from having to admit defeat. Her determination gives the sequence its emotional momentum, while the sheer impracticality of the search supplies a physical comedy. The 15 cakes also provide an ideal setting for repetition, one of the most powerful tools in classic sitcom comedy. Once Lucy begins examining one cake after another, the audience can anticipate the possibility that each attempt will fail while still enjoying the variations in reactions. A glance of suspicion, a sudden movement, a frustrated sigh, or an exaggerated expression can refresh the same basic action without making it feel identical. Lucille Ball was extraordinarily skilled at this kind of escalating repetition because she could make each failure physically larger and emotionally more desperate. Lucy's inability to find the lens does not come where it makes her more committed to the next attempt. Vivian's involvement gives the sequence a second rhythm, allowing practical assistance, disbelief, and exasperation to alternate with Lucy's determination. The comedy therefore grows organically from character rather than from an arbitrary series of unrelated jokes. What makes the case such especially appealing is the sincerity with which Lucy approaches an objectively ridiculous problem. She is not pretending to be frantic for the benefit of anyone else. She genuinely believes that a lens must be found, and her certainty gives every movement purpose. This sincerity is central to Lucille Ball's comic method. Lucy Carmichael may make questionable decisions, but she rarely behaves as though she is aware that she is in a comedy. She treats her problems as real, and the audience laughs because her serious response is wildly disproportionate to the circumstances. The lost contact lens therefore becomes a perfect expression of her personality. Vanity led her toward the lenses. Financial anxiety makes the loss frightening, and stubborn determination prevents her from giving up. The search through the cakes becomes a concentrated portrait of Lucy herself, energetic, resourceful, anxious, imaginative, and completely incapable of leaving a problem alone once she believes she can solve it. By the end of the sequence, the chocolate fudge cakes have become far more than a dessert. They represent Lucy's escalating attempt to regain control over a situation that has slipped beyond her expectations. The missing contact lens remains elusive, and the presence of numerous similar cakes makes the search feel almost hopeless. Yet Lucy continues because surrender would mean acknowledging that a carefully chosen solution has failed. The refusal gives the comedy its forward momentum. Vivian remains the sensible companion beside her while Lucy continues examining, questioning, and searching with increasingly determined energy. The scene reaches a natural point of transition because the mystery has not been comfortably solved. Instead, the sword itself has become the dominant problem. Lucy's highly missing lens has created a disproportionately large crisis, and her persistence ensures that the consequences of that crisis will continue to unfold. The search through the chocolate fudge cakes reaches its most desperate stage as Lucy becomes convinced that the missing contact lens must somehow be hidden among the nearly identical desserts. What began as a simple attempt to recover a tiny object has now become an elaborate visual investigation, with Lucy examining cake after cake while Vivian tries to follow her increasingly complicated reasoning. The comedy comes from the enormous seriousness Lucy gives to an almost invisible object. Also, both physical acting would make the sequence especially vivid. She can lean close to the icing, squint, recoil, inspect her fingers, and then return to the cake with renewed determination. Her movements communicate both genuine anxiety and comic exaggeration. Lucy is not willing to accept that the lens might simply be gone, because admitting defeat would mean accepting that her expensive solution to the glasses problem has immediately created another difficulty. The cakes become increasingly difficult to distinguish, and this visual similarity intensifies Lucy's frustration. She has no simple way to identify the exact dessert she was working on, so every cake becomes a possible hiding place. That uncertainty gives the sequence its comic rhythm because Lucy must repeatedly inspect objects that appear almost interchangeable. Vivian's presence is essential here. She provides questions, practical suggestions, and the reactions that prevent Lucy's search from becoming a completely solitary performance. At the same time, Vivian cannot simply dismiss the possibility that the lens is somewhere in the icing. The two women are therefore trapped by the same uncertainty, even though only Lucy responds with extraordinary urgency. The humor develops through this imbalance. Vivian recognizes the absurdity of the situation, while Lucy treats every cake as though its examination might finally restore order to her increasingly chaotic afternoon. Lucy's desperation is heightened by the knowledge that the cakes were prepared for a charitable purpose. She cannot casually destroy them in the process of searching, yet she cannot confidently leave them alone either. This creates a wonderfully awkward physical dilemma. The dessert must remain presentable, but the missing lens is so small that finding it requires intense concentration. Lucy was particularly gifted at making this kind of contradiction funny because her body could express two opposing impulses at once. Lucy wants to move quickly because she is frightened, but she must also move carefully because she cannot ruin the cakes. Her hands become hesitant and frantic in alternating moments, while her face reveals every flicker of suspicion. The comedy therefore emerges from restraint as much as movement. Lucy's physical behavior becomes a visual representation of her mental state. She is desperately trying to control a situation that becomes less controllable with every passing moment. The possibility that the contact lens is embedded in the cake also exposes Lucy's practical intelligence beneath her panic. She understands that simply searching randomly will not necessarily solve the problem, so she begins trying to reconstruct what happened while she was preparing the icing. This gives her desperation a logical foundation even when her conclusions become increasingly extreme. Her mind moves quickly from one possibility to another, and each new possibility creates another reason to continue searching. Vivian acts as an informal reality check, listening to Lucy's theories and reacting when they become too elaborate. Their friendship is part of what makes the sitcom so warm. Vivian does not abandon Lucy simply because the situation is ridiculous. Instead, he remains involved, helping as best he can while quietly exposing the difference between Lucy's emotional intensity and the actual scale of the problem. That contrast allows the comedy to remain affectionate rather than cruel. The repeated examination of the case also demonstrates how effectively classic sitcom comedy can turn repetition into escalation. The basic action remains simple but loses emotional investment grows with every unsuccessful attempt. Each cake that fails to reveal the lens increases her urgency, making the next inspection more intense. Lucille Ball's gift for reaction would allow these repetitions to remain fresh because she could change the expression, posture, pace, or vocal emphasis each time. A disappointed glance could become suspicion, suspicion could become certainty, and certainty could collapse into frustration. Vivian's responses create another layer of rhythm, sometimes interrupting Lucy's concentration and sometimes reinforcing the seriousness of the search. The sequence is therefore not merely about finding a missing object. It is about watching Lucy's confidence deteriorate while her determination becomes stronger, a comic contradiction that lies at the heart of her character. Lucy's concern about the financial consequences continues to give the search emotional weight. The contact lenses were purchased because Lucy wanted an alternative to glasses, and the payment arrangement had already required considerable persuasion. Now the possibility of losing one threatens to make that decision look foolish. Lucy does not want to hear Mr. Mooney's inevitable criticism, and this fear helps explain why she refuses to stop searching. Her pride and financial anxiety work together. She is trying not only to recover the lens, but also to prove that her original decision was not a mistake. This makes her behavior more sympathetic because the audience understands the emotional stakes beneath the slapstick. Lucille Ball could communicate that vulnerability without abandoning the comedy. A sudden worried expression, a defensive explanation, or an exaggerated attempt to appear confident could reveal how deeply Lucy wants to maintain control over her own choices. As the search continues, the contrast between the microscopic lens and the enormous text becomes one of the strongest visual ideas in the sequence. Lucy is effectively trying to locate a nearly invisible object within a large city, complicated surface, while simultaneously worrying about the consequences of damaging the desert. The physical scale of the problem is inherently comic. Her eyes strain toward the icing, her hands move cautiously, and her attention becomes so concentrated that ordinary surroundings seem temporarily irrelevant. This is precisely the kind of situation in which Lucille Ball's physical comedy could dominate without requiring elaborate dialogue. Her face can carry the audience from confidence to suspicion, from hope to disappointment, and finally to renewed determination. The audience laughs not because Lucy's concern is meaningless, but because her sincere commitment to solving the problem has become wildly disproportionate to the tiny object she is pursuing. Vivian's role becomes increasingly important as Lucy's search threatens to overrun common sense. She understands that Lucy is worried, but she can also see that the investigation is becoming more complicated than the original problem deserves. Her practical attitude creates a stabilizing presence, allowing the audience to appreciate Lucy's comic excess without losing sight of the ordinary world around her. Their interaction also demonstrates why the friendship between the two women is such an effective foundation for the series. Vivian does not simply function as an observer who waits for Lucy to make mistakes. She participates, responds, questions, and occasionally becomes caught in the consequences of Lucy's decisions. The comedy therefore becomes collaborative. Lucy supplies the frantic imagination, while Vivian supplies the grounded reaction that makes the imagination funny. Together they turn an ordinary household inconvenience into a miniature comic adventure centered entirely on Lucy's refusal to surrender. The longer Lucy searches, the more the missing lens becomes a symbol of her larger personality. She had chosen contact lenses because she wanted to preserve her appearance, had accepted a payment arrangement because she believed she could manage the expense, and now finds herself trapped in a situation where the smallest mistake threatens to expose both decisions. Yet Lucy's response is never passive. She continues searching because action gives her a sense of control. That characteristic is one of Lucille Ball's greatest strengths as a performer. Lucy can be vain, stubborn, anxious, and impractical, but she is never inert. She attacks problems with extraordinary energy. Even when her strategy is questionable, her willingness to keep trying creates admiration alongside laughter. The text sequence captures that quality beautifully. Every failed inspection might logically encourage her to stop, but instead it makes her more determined to try again. The search finally reaches the point where the original cake problem has become an almost overwhelming mystery. Lucy remains focused on recovering the missing contact lens, while Vivian continues trying to help her navigate the increasingly absurd situation. The cake's once simple charitable desserts now represent uncertainty, expense, embarrassment, and Lucy's stubborn refusal to accept defeat. The sequence succeeds because it preserves the emotional truth beneath the physical comedy. Lucy genuinely wants to solve the problem, and Lucille Ball's performance would make that determination visible in every gesture, expression, and frantic movement. The immediate search has reached its natural limit without providing Lucy the comfort she wants, leaving her still confronted by the consequences of the missing lens and the impossible task of identifying exactly where it has gone. The unresolved tension keeps the comic momentum alive as Lucy's attention remains fixed on the problem that she refuses to abandon. The social ambition surrounding the Danfield Arts Society introduces a different dimension of Lucy Carmichael's personality, because her desire for acceptance is not merely about entertainment or vanity, but about belonging to a world that seems to promise refinement, recognition, and a higher level of respectability. Lucy and Vivian approach the organization with enthusiasm, aware that membership would place them among women whose cultural interests and social standing appear considerably more elevated. The attraction is therefore perfectly suited to Lucy's imagination. She sees the society not simply as a club, but as an opportunity to reinvent herself. Lucille Ball could make that aspiration funny through the way Lucy suddenly becomes more attentive to manners, appearances, and the impressions she makes. Her enthusiasm would carry a touch of nervousness, revealing that beneath the confidence is a genuine desire to be considered worthy of a sophisticated circle. Vivian provides an important contrast as Lucy begins considering what membership might require. She is interested, but she is more cautious about the practical realities of entering an exclusive organization. Lucy, by comparison, immediately begins thinking about how to make herself suitable. This difference strengthens their friendship because Vivian understands Lucy's excitement even when she recognizes the danger of allowing that excitement to control every decision. The society's prestige becomes especially comic because Lucy is willing to treat social acceptance as a problem that can be solved through effort, ingenuity, and determination. She does not naturally possess the effortless confidence of someone who already belongs to such a circle. Instead, she tries to manufacture the appearance of belonging. That tension between who Lucy is and who she wants others to believe she is creates a rich source of comedy, while also revealing the very human insecurity beneath her schemes. The Danfield Art Society also gives the story an opportunity to examine the social expectations surrounding middle-class women in the 1960s. Membership in an organization devoted to culture and refinement carries an implication of education, taste, leisure, and respectable community standing. Lucy's interest therefore reflects more than a desire for another social activity. She wants access to a world that seems to validate her own ambitions and sophistication. The comedy emerges because her route toward that goal is rarely graceful. Instead of simply accepting herself as she is, Lucy begins looking for ways to satisfy whatever standards she believes the society expects. Lucille Ball's performance could meet this process, especially using so small changes in posture speech, expression, and behavior. Lucy can become intensely serious about appearing cultured, and that seriousness makes every effort to impress others more vulnerable to commit disruption. Lucy's determination is particularly revealing because she is not naturally passive about social opportunities. Once she decides that the Danfield Arts Society matters, she begins searching for practical methods of making herself fit into its expectations. This is the same characteristic that drives so much of her domestic comedy. A problem is never simply accepted as a limitation. It becomes a challenge requiring immediate invention. The difference here is that the obstacle is social rather than physical. Lucy cannot simply walk through a locked door or repair something herself. She must convince other people that she belongs. That makes her ambition both more vulnerable and more sympathetic. She wants approval, but she also wants to preserve her dignity while seeking it. The tension gives Lucy a rich opportunity for performance, because Lucy's confidence can be repeatedly collide with moments of uncertainty without destroying her essential optimism. Vivian's involvement keeps Lucy's social ambition grounded in friendship. She does not merely stand aside and watch Lucy pursue the organization. She becomes part of the conversation about how they might gain acceptance and what they might need to do to achieve it. Their partnership reflects one of the series' enduring strengths, the ability to make female friendship central to comic storytelling. Lucy may be the more extravagant personality, but Vivian's presence provides emotional balance. She can question Lucy's assumptions without undermining her enthusiasm, and she can become involved in the consequences of Lucy's decisions without losing her own practical identity. Their exchanges also made the social satire gentler. The Danfield Arts Society is not treated simply as a collection of ridiculous people, rather its standards become a mirror reflecting Lucy's desire to appear more accomplished and sophisticated than she feels. The comedy comes from that aspiration colliding with Lucy's wonderfully ordinary personality. The society's exclusivity makes Lucy increasingly conscious of appearances, and that concern naturally connects with her ideas about household management and personal presentation. If she is going to participate in a sophisticated social environment, she begins to imagine that her home and daily life should reflect the same level of refinement. This is where Lucy's ambition starts generating practical complications. She does not merely want to attend an arts organization, she wants to create the impression that she naturally belongs among its members. Her thinking illustrates how quickly Lucy turns an emotional desire into a concrete project. The desire to be accepted becomes a desire to improve her circumstances, and that desire eventually creates pressure around household work. Lucy Bowles' genius lies in allowing the audience to see the chain of reasoning even when the conclusion is absurd. Lucy's logic is never completely irrational, it is simply pushed much farther than an ordinary person would take it. The desire for domestic help becomes an especially revealing extension of Lucy's social ambitions. A maid represents more than convenience in Lucy's imagination. She represents leisure, organization, respectability, and the kind of household that might seem appropriate to someone participating in a prestigious cultural society. Yet the financial limitations surrounding Lucy made the idea difficult to sustain. The comedy therefore grows from a familiar contradiction. Lucy wants the appearance and benefits of a more affluent lifestyle without possessing the resources normally required to maintain it. Rather than abandoning the idea, she begins looking for another solution. That instinct is quintessentially Lucy. Whenever money, practicality, or common sense tells her that something cannot be done, she searches for a workaround. The audience can already recognize the danger in that determination, but the pleasure comes from watching Lucy Ball embody the absolute sincerity with which Lucy believes that her latest plan is perfectly reasonable. The financial obstacle also deepens the social satire because Lucy's ambition exposes the economic reality beneath the polished image she hopes to create. She wants to participate in the world associated with cultural prestige, yet she must constantly calculate what she can afford. The contrast is comic, but it is also perceptive. The story recognizes that middle-class aspiration often involves carefully managing appearances while living within strict financial boundaries. Lucy's solution-oriented personality turns that tension into action. Instead of quietly accepting that domestic help is beyond her means, she begins considering whether there is a way to provide the service herself. The idea is absurd on its face, yet it follows perfectly from Lucy's peculiar logic. If the appearance of having a maid matters to her, then perhaps she can create that appearance through ingenuity. Her determination once again becomes the mechanism through which an ordinary problem starts moving toward a much larger comic situation. What makes this development particularly effective is the affectionate way the story treats Lucy's desire for social improvement. He is not presented as cruelly snobbish or ashamed of ordinary life. Instead, he is fascinated by the possibility of becoming more cultured and respected, and she approaches that possibility with the same enthusiasm she brings to every other challenge. Her ambition is therefore both comic and enduring. Lucy Ball could communicate this to the brightness of Lucy's expression when she imagines success, followed by the worried look that appears whenever practical limitations intrude. Those rapid emotional shifts are central to her performance style. Lucy can move from confidence to concern and back to determination in a matter of seconds, making the audience feel the entire process rather than simply hearing it explained. The Danfield Arts Society thus becomes a catalyst for another transformation in Lucy's everyday life, one that is driven by her determination to make the impossible seem achievable. By the close of this sequence, Lucy's fascination with the Danfield Art Society has evolved into a much larger desire to reshape the way her household appears to others. What began as an interest in social and cultural membership now carries practical consequences, especially because Lucy believes that respectable surroundings and domestic assistance will help her fit naturally into the organization's world. Vivian remains beside her as a more cautious companion, while Lucy continues building the plan with the confidence that has always made her schemes both dangerous and irresistible. The important comic tension lies in the gap between Lucy's social aspirations and her limited resources. She wants sophistication, leisure, and recognition, but she must somehow obtain them through her own ingenuity. That unresolved problem leaves her poised to attempt an increasingly unconventional solution, with her determination once again pushing ordinary domestic life toward comic transformation. Lucy's determination to improve her social standing naturally turns toward the practical question of household help. She has become convinced that membership among sophisticated women requires a household that appears equally polished, and a maid seems to offer the simplest answer. Yet Lucy's financial circumstances make hiring someone a serious luxury. The comedy lies in the contradiction between the image she wants to create and the resources available to her. Rather than abandoning the ambition, Lucy begins treating the problem as another puzzle that can be solved through ingenuity. Her confidence is infectious because she approaches the idea as though the right arrangement must exist if she simply thinks hard enough. Lucille Ball's performance would make this thought process visible through eager expressions, quick changes of direction, and the unmistakable look of a woman who has just discovered what she believes is a brilliant solution. Lucy's imagination is already moving faster than practical reality. The main idea also reveals Lucy's complicated relationship with domestic work. She wants the benefits of assistance because she imagines that free time and an orderly home will make her more socially acceptable, yet she does not possess the money normally required to obtain that assistance. This tension allows the story to approach household labor as both a comic inconvenience and a reflection of middle-class aspirations. In Lucy's mind, amid her presence efficiency and sophistication, but her circumstances require her to improvise. Vivian understands the financial difficulty and naturally questions whether Lucy can afford such an arrangement. Her caution gives Lucy something to push against, and the familiar rhythm of their friendship emerges again. Vivian asks the practical question while Lucy searches for an imaginative answer. The comedy becomes especially affectionate because Lucy is not trying to deceive anyone for selfish gain. She genuinely believes she can find a way to improve life for everyone around her. Lucy's solution depends upon transforming an impossible expense into something she can personally manage. Instead of accepting the financial limitation as final, she begins considering whether she can somehow take control of the domestic work herself while still creating the impression of having professional help. This is an unmistakably Lucy-like piece of reasoning. She sees the obstacle, identifies the desired result, and then invents a route between the two without stopping to consider how exhausting the route might become. The comic appeal comes from the confidence with which she embraces the idea. Lucille Ball could make the moment funny simply by allowing Lucy's expression to brighten as the scheme takes shape, followed by an almost imperceptible pause when the practical consequences begin to register. Yet Lucy's optimism quickly wins it in. Once she has convinced herself that the plan can work, backing away becomes almost impossible. The decision to work as a maid herself creates an especially rich comic reversal because Lucy is attempting to manufacture the appearance of a service she cannot afford by personally performing the labor associated with it. That it exposes her willingness to sacrifice comfort in pursuit of social acceptance. She wants the household to look effortless, but achieving that effortless appearance requires extraordinary effort from her. This contradiction is central to the humor. Lucy's schemes often work according to private logic, in which the difficulty of accomplishing something becomes evidence that it is worth doing. The harder the plan becomes, the more determined she is to prove that she can handle it. Vivian's reaction provides the necessary perspective because she can see the obvious absurdity in Lucy voluntarily taking on exhausting domestic responsibilities simply to satisfy a social expectation. The contrasting responses deepen the character comedy while keeping the tone warm. Lucy's transformation into a maid also gives Lucille Ball an ideal opportunity to use physical performance as storytelling. Domestic labor requires constant movement, repetition, lifting, cleaning, carrying, arranging, and rushing from one responsibility to another. For Lucy, none of these tasks can remain simple because she approaches them with the same intensity she brings to every other project. Her body becomes increasingly busy while her determination remains outwardly confident. The humor can come from the contrast between the professional image she hopes to project and the increasingly obvious strain underneath it. A perfectly composed appearance can collapse into fatigue through a change in posture or a sudden facial reaction. Lucille Ball's extraordinary control over physical timing makes such moments especially effective. Lucy does not need to announce that the work is exhausting. The audience can see it in the way her movements become hurried, awkward, and increasingly desperate while she continues insisting that everything is under control. Vivian's involvement makes the domestic role reversal even more revealing because she can observe Lucy's experiment from close range while recognizing the absurdity of what has happened. Lucy began with a desire to hire someone so that domestic responsibilities would become easier, yet her solution has placed those responsibilities directly onto her own shoulders. The irony is simple and powerful. She has attempted to escape household labor by creating a plan that requires even more of it. Vivian's practical observations therefore become a useful counterpoint to Lucy's enthusiasm. She can see the contradiction, but she also understands why Lucy is doing it. Their relationship prevents the story from becoming merely a joke about foolishness. Vivian's patient skepticism and occasional exasperation demonstrate the affection underlying the partnership. She may question Lucy's choices, but she remains emotionally involved in the scheme and its consequences. As Lucy continues performing the work, the fantasy of effortless sophistication begins colliding with the physical reality of domestic service. The contrast is especially funny because Lucy originally imagined that a maid would symbolize leisure and refinement. Instead, she discovers that maintaining such an appearance requires discipline, stamina, and constant attention. Her ambition has effectively placed her on the other side of the social image she hoped to create. The story therefore contains a gentle satire of class presentation. The polished household that appears effortless from the outside may depend upon enormous amounts of invisible labor. Lucy's comic predicament exposes that hidden labor by forcing her to perform it herself. Lucille Ball's performance turns this observation into entertainment through exaggerated exhaustion, frantic efficiency, and expressive reactions whenever another task appears. Lucy remains determined to succeed because admitting that the arrangement is impossible would mean surrendering the social dream that motivated it. The increasing demands of the job also test Lucy's ability to maintain the composed image she wants others to see. She can begin with confidence, but the accumulation of responsibilities gradually makes that confidence harder to sustain. This allows the comedy to develop through escalation rather than through a single isolated gag. Each new task has another physical burden, another opportunity for Lucy to make a mistake, and another reason for Vivian to question whether the plan is sensible. The audience is invited to watch the gap widen between Lucy's imagined version of the arrangement and its actual consequences. That gap is one of Lucille Ball's most reliable comic territories. Lucy always believes that she can manage one more complication, and the performance becomes funnier as her body and expression begin contradicting her optimistic words. Her refusal to surrender remains admirable even when the plan itself has become increasingly impractical. The maid scheme ultimately reveals something important about Lucy's personality. Her ambition is inseparable from her resourcefulness. She does not possess unlimited money, social influence, or effortless sophistication, but she possesses an extraordinary willingness to improvise. When conventional solutions are unavailable, she creates unconventional ones. That instinct can produce chaos, yet it also makes her resilient. She refuses to accept that circumstances should determine what she can or cannot accomplish. The domestic experiment therefore becomes more than a joke about household chores. It becomes another portrait of Lucy as someone constantly negotiating between aspiration and reality. Vivian's presence keeps that portrait grounded, while Lucille Ball's performance supplies the warmth and physical energy that prevent Lucy's ambition from appearing unpleasant. Even when Lucy is clearly making life harder for herself, the audience can understand why she keeps going. She genuinely believes that the next effort might finally make everything work. The household experiment leaves Lucy facing the unavoidable reality that creating the appearance of effortless domestic elegance is anything but effortless. Her desire for social acceptance has led her into a demanding arrangement that requires more energy than she expected, while Vivian remains close enough to witness the consequences and respond with a mixture of concern and exasperation. The comedy now rests on Lucy's determination to continue despite mounting evidence that her solution has created a new problem of its own. She has not abandoned her ambition, and she has not lost faith in her ability to improvise. Instead, she remains committed to making the arrangement succeed even as the physical demands of the work become increasingly difficult to conceal. The situation therefore remains open, with Lucy still attempting to balance the polished image she wants with the exhausting reality required to maintain it. The exhausting reality of Lucy's domestic experiment becomes increasingly apparent as the work begins to overwhelm the polished image she originally hoped to create. What seemed like a clever way to provide household service without spending money now demands Lucy's constant attention, and the contrast between expectation and reality becomes a central source of the comedy. She must perform the very labor she has imagined would give her more leisure, and every task reminds her how unrealistic her original plan was. Lucille Ball's physical performance is especially important here because Lucy's fatigue can be communicated through posture, hurried movements, strained expressions, and increasingly desperate attempts to appear cheerful. Yet Lucy remains determined to keep going. Her refusal to admit that the arrangement is exhausting is itself funny because the audience can see the truth long before Lucy is willing to acknowledge it. Vivian's role becomes more significant as Lucy's workload increases because she is close enough to observe the consequences while still maintaining the practical perspective. Lucy may insist that everything is manageable, but Vivian can recognize that the supposed solution has become another source of difficulty. The interaction illustrates the affectionate balance. At the heart of their friendship, Vivian does not simply criticize Lucy for making a foolish decision, she remains involved, offering assistance and reacting to the increasingly difficult circumstances that loudly make the comedy warmer. Lucy's schemes are rarely funny because she is simply wrong. They are funny because she is so passionately committed to making them work that she keeps pushing forward long after common sense suggests stopping. Vivian becomes the audience's emotional anchor, responding to Lucy's increasingly exaggerated confidence with a mixture of patience, concern, and exasperation that makes their partnership so effective. The physical demands of domestic service allow the comedy to expand naturally through accumulation. One responsibility leads to another, and Lucy's attempt to complete everything efficiently only makes her movements more frantic. The work requires constant attention, and Lucy's body becomes increasingly expressive as she rushes between tasks. Lucille Ball's extraordinary physical technique is perfectly suited to this situation because she can make routine labor visually comic without needing to exaggerate the dialogue. A quick turn, an awkward lift, an overloaded armful of objects, or a sudden pause to catch her breath can communicate Lucy's entire emotional condition. The important point is that Lucy remains committed to the illusion that she is handling everything successfully. Her body may betray exhaustion, but her determination keeps insisting otherwise. That contradiction between visible strain and the verbal confidence creates a comic rhythm that becomes increasingly difficult for Lucy herself to maintain. Lucy's predicament also offers a gentle observation about the invisible labor behind the seemingly effortless household. She originally imagined domestic assistance as something that would create an atmosphere of leisure and refinement, but now she is discovering how much work is required to maintain that appearance. That comedy does not need to condemn their ambition because the situation itself exposes the contradiction. Lucy wants the polished result without possessing the resources normally required to achieve it, so she has attempted to substitute determination for money. Her mistake is understandable, which keeps the humor affectionate. Lucille Ball can therefore play Lucy's exhaustion without making her seem foolish or pathetic. Instead, the audience sees a woman who has taken on too much because she desperately wants to improve her circumstances. Her willingness to work hard is admirable, even when her plan is impractical, and that combination of admirable determination and questionable judgment is central to her comic appeal. As Lucy continues, the distinction between performing domestic work and performing the role of a professional maid becomes increasingly important. She is not merely completing chores, she is trying to convince herself and others that she can successfully occupy this role. That means she must maintain a certain appearance of competence even when the workload becomes overwhelming. The resultant comedy depends heavily on performance. Lucille Ball could make Lucy's concentration extraordinarily intense, as though every ordinary household task were a matter of professional honor. A small mistake could produce immediate embarrassment, followed by an even more determined attempt to correct it. The audience understands that Lucy's greatest obstacle is not the work itself but her refusal to accept that she may have misjudged the situation. Her pride keeps her moving and her imagination keeps producing new ways to insist that the arrangement remains under control. Vivian's reactions become increasingly valuable because they expose the difference between Lucy's self-image and the reality unfolding around her. When Lucy attempts to present herself as capable and composed, Vivian can see the fatigue, confusion, and pressure underneath the performance. This dynamic recalls one of the most reliable structures in classic sitcom comedy. The central character creates an increasingly elaborate situation while a sensible companion watches the consequences develop. Yet Vivian is not merely a straight woman delivering reactions. Her willingness to participate gives the relationship warmth and prevents the comedy from becoming repetitive. He understands Lucy's motivations and often becomes part of the solution even when she recognizes that the original idea was questionable. Their friendship therefore becomes a source of emotional stability. Lucy may create chaos, but Vivian's presence ensures that the chaos occurs within a relationship based on loyalty, familiarity, and affection. The longer Lucy works, the more clearly the social ambition behind the scheme is exposed. She is willing to endure considerable physical discomfort because she believes the appearance of a well-minded household will help her fit into a more sophisticated social environment. This is where the comedy becomes a gentle satire of middle-class respectability. Lucy is not simply cleaning, organizing, and serving because the tasks are necessary. She is doing them because she wants her surroundings to communicate a particular image of herself. The absurdity lies in the enormous effort required to produce that image. Lucille Ball's performance can turn this social pressure into physical comedy by allowing Lucy's movements to become more frantic whenever she worries that she is falling short of her own standards. The audience can laugh at the excess while recognizing the desire underneath it. Lucy wants to be admired, accepted, and confident in the world she is trying to enter. Lucy's determination also prevents the domestic situation from becoming simply a story about exhaustion. Even when the work becomes difficult, she continues searching for ways to complete it successfully. This resilience is one of the most appealing qualities in her character. She may create problems through impulsive decisions, but she rarely responds to difficulty by giving up. Instead, she treats every setback as an invitation to try harder. That instinct creates the escalating structure essential to her comedy. The audience sees that the reasonable response would be to reconsider the entire arrangement, while Lucy sees only another obstacle that can be overcome. Lucille Ball makes that stubborn optimism lovable because Lucy's confidence is never entirely fake. She genuinely believes that effort can solve almost anything. Her faith in her own ingenuity may be misplaced, but it gives her an energy that keeps the situation moving and keeps the audience emotionally invested in what happens next. The domestic role reversal therefore becomes a revealing portrait of Lucy's relationship with ambition, money, and self-image. She wants the advantages associated with greater social status, but she must work within the limits of her actual circumstances. Instead of accepting those limitations quietly, she invents a solution that requires extraordinary personal effort. The irony is that her attempt to create an easier life produces a harder one. Yet the story treats this contradiction with affection because Lucy's motives are understandable. She wants to improve herself and her surroundings, not simply to deceive people for selfish reasons. Vivian's steady presence reinforces that sympathetic interpretation, while Lucille Ball's physical comedy keeps the situation buoyant. Every sign of fatigue becomes another opportunity for a reaction, another gesture, another comic pause, and another demonstration of Lucy's refusal to surrender her carefully constructed plan. By the time the domestic experiment reaches its most demanding stage, Lucy has effectively discovered the hidden cost of the image she wanted to create. The household may appear more sophisticated in theory, but maintaining that appearance requires Lucy to expend enormous energy, while Vivian continues to witness the consequences with increasing concern. The comedy remains rooted in Lucy's determination rather than in humiliation. She is tired, pressured, and clearly stretching herself beyond reasonable limits. Yet she continues because admitting that the scheme has failed would be more difficult for her than enduring the work itself. Lucille Ball's ability to make exhaustion physically expressive gives the sequence its emotional and comic force. Lucy's body can reveal what her pride refuses to say, creating a perfect contrast between outward confidence and inward strain. The situation remains unresolved, with Lucy still committed to making her unconventional arrangements succeed despite the growing evidence that it may demand far more from her than she ever anticipated. The international dinner brings Lucy's social ambitions into an especially colorful form because she now has an opportunity to demonstrate the sophistication she believes the Danville Arts Society expects. The occasion requires more than simply attending a gathering. It demands presentation, preparation, and an appearance of cultural knowledge. Lucy approaches the event with the same determination she has brought to every other challenge, convinced that careful planning can overcome any uncertainty. Her enthusiasm is immediately comic because she treats the dinner as though it were a major theatrical production in which every detail must communicate refinement. Lucille Ball's performance is ideally suited to this kind of situation. Lucy can become intensely serious about costumes, food, manners, and presentation, while her expressive face reveals the nervous excitement underneath. Her ambition remains sympathetic because she genuinely wants to participate and impress rather than simply ridicule the people around her. Vivian's presence again provides an important practical counterbalance as preparations for the dinner become increasingly elaborate. She understands that the event is intended to celebrate different countries and cultures, but she also recognizes that Lucy's enthusiasm can easily carry preparation beyond reasonable limits. Their exchanges reveal the affectionate rhythm that makes their partnership so effective. Lucy sees possibilities everywhere, while Vivian is more likely to notice the complications those possibilities create. The comedy therefore grows from their contrasting temperaments rather than from a simple disagreement. Lucy wants every detail to be impressive, and Vivian tries to keep the project manageable. Lucille Ball's comic timing would make Lucy's confidence especially entertaining because she can respond to Vivian's doubts with immediate certainty, only to become visibly anxious whenever another practical problem appears. The more Lucy wants the evening to succeed, the more intensely she involves herself in every aspect of its presentation. The costumes become an important part of Lucy's strategy because they allow her to transform herself into the sophisticated international hostess she imagines that the occasion requires. Clothing in Lucy's world is rarely merely functional. It becomes an instrument of identity, confidence, and social performance. Here, the international theme gives her an excuse to experiment with visual presentation and to embrace the theatrical side of her personality. The comedy comes from the seriousness with which she approaches these transformations. She is not casually dressing for party. She is attempting to communicate cultural sophistication through appearance, and every costume therefore carries enormous importance in her mind. Lucille Ball's physical acting would make these preparations particularly vivid since costumes can alter posture, gestures, movement, and facial expression. Lucy's attempts to look completely convincing become funny precisely because the audience can see how much effort she is investing in appearing effortlessly accomplished. The dinner's international theme also creates opportunities for Lucy to experiment with accents and mannerisms, allowing the comedy to expand beyond the household inconvenience into performance itself. Lucy has always possessed a theatrical instinct, and the setting gives that instinct permission to flourish. Yet her confidence in her ability to imitate different national identities is considerably greater than her ability to execute every detail convincingly. That discrepancy creates her comic tension. She commits herself fully to each performance, and Lucille Ball's extraordinary control of voice, expression, and body language allows even a brief change in delivery to become a complete comic characterization. Vivian's reactions help establish how far Lucy has drifted from ordinary conversation into elaborate performance. The contrast between Lucy's absolute commitment and Vivian's more broadened perspective makes the sequence affectionate rather than mean-spirited. Lucy is not trying to hurt anyone. She is simply determined to make the evening memorable and to prove that she belongs in a sophisticated social environment. The preparation of the international meal adds another layer of physical comedy because food service requires coordination, timing, and control, qualities that become increasingly difficult when Lucy is simultaneously concerned with appearances. A dinner intended to look elegant must actually be prepared, carried, arranged, and served, and every additional responsibility creates another opportunity for something to go wrong. Lucy's natural response is to attempt to control everything herself. Her confidence makes her believe that careful attention will guarantee success, but the very number of details involved makes perfect control increasingly unlikely. Lucille Ball could turn the process into a sequence of visual discoveries, with Lucy moving from one task to another while maintaining the determined expression of someone convinced that the next adjustment will solve everything. The comedy is heightened by the contrast between the graceful international presentation Lucy wants and the frantic practical labor required to produce it. As the preparations continue, the dinner becomes a miniature stage on which Lucy's social insecurity and ambition are exposed. She wants the guests to see sophistication, cultural awareness, and effortless hospitality, but the audience sees how much nervous energy is required to create that impression. This is where the script's satire becomes particularly gentle and perceptive. Social events often depend upon elaborate performances of confidence, taste, and belonging, and Lucy takes the performance literally. She attempts to construct an entire identity around the evening. Her determination is funny because she repeatedly treats ordinary imperfections as threats to her social reputation. Lucille Ball's expressive face would allow the audience to experience every fluctuation in Lucy's confidence, excitement when an idea works, alarm when something changes, and a renewed determination whenever she decides that another adjustment will restore perfection. The result is comedy built from the tension between appearance and reality. The international costumes and dinner arrangements also emphasize the visual quality of classic television comedy. Lucy's physical presence becomes part of the joke because the audience can observe the contrast between her intended elegance and the increasingly complicated reality surrounding her. Her movements, gestures, and expressions carry as much information as the dialogue. This is especially important to Lucille Ball's style, which treats the body as an essential comic instrument rather than merely a vehicle for spoken jokes. Lucy can pose before entering a room, adjust a costume back to an unexpected problem, or attempt to maintain dignity while everything around her becomes difficult. Each action becomes part of the narrative. Vivian's presence gives those visual moments a certain perspective because her reactions tell the audience how extraordinary Lucy's behavior has become, while also demonstrating that she remains willing to stand beside her friend. The social significance of the dinner remains important beneath the physical comedy. Lucy is trying to prove that she can participate in a cultural environment that appears more prestigious than her ordinary domestic life. The international theme gives her a way to demonstrate knowledge and sophistication, but it also exposes how much she worries about being judged. Her elaborate preparation is therefore a form of self-protection. If every detail is perfect, she believes, nobody can question whether she belongs. The humor comes from watching the desire for perfection collide with Lucy's naturally chaotic personality. He is energetic, improvisational, and emotionally transparent, qualities that do not always fit comfortably with the polished image she is trying to create. Lucille Ball makes the contradiction endearing because Lucy's efforts are sincere. Her mistakes are not evidence of indifference. They are evidence of how deeply she cares about making the occasion successful. As the international dinner moves toward its social climax, Lucy's commitment to the performance becomes increasingly complete. She has invested so much effort in costumes, food, manners, and presentation that retreat is no longer an attractive option. The audience can appreciate the comic irony because Lucy's desire to appear sophisticated has produced an event that requires extraordinary improvisation. Yet this is also where her resourcefulness becomes admirable. When circumstances threaten her carefully constructed image, she does not freeze. She reacts, invents, adjusts, and continues. That ability to improvise is one of the qualities that makes Lucille Ball's Lucy so enduring. She may not possess effortless elegance, but she possesses something equally valuable for comedy, the willingness to keep performing under pressure. Vivian remains an essential partner because she helps ground the situation emotionally, allowing Lucy's increasingly theatrical behavior to remain connected to the warmth of their friendship. The international dinner ultimately reveals how closely Lucy's social ambition is connected to her comic identity. She wants acceptance, but she pursues it through extraordinary effort, theatrical imagination, and an almost heroic refusal to let embarrassment stop her. The costumes, accents, food, and elaborate presentation all become extensions of that determination. Beneath the visual humor is a recognizable desire to be appreciated for more than her everyday identity, and the story treats that desire with affection. Lucille Ball's performance turns Lucy's nervous ambition into a celebration of physical and expressive comedy, while Vivian's presence keeps the emotional center grounded. The dinner has therefore become much more than a social occasion. It is a demonstration of Lucy's willingness to transform herself whenever she believes acceptance is within reach. The atmosphere remains charged with anticipation as the carefully constructed international presentation moves forward and Lucy continues trying to make every detail succeed. The arrival of Greenback introduces a beautifully contained domestic responsibility that quickly becomes another test of Lucy Carmichael's confidence. Mr. Mooney explains that his house is being painted and asks Lucy and Vivian to look after his top in cocktail because the smell of paint is making the bird uncomfortable. Lucy immediately accepts, promising that she will watch Greenback carefully. Her confidence is amusing because the bird is not an ordinary pet. Greenback is intelligent, nervous, and capable of speaking, and Mr. Mooney provides detailed instructions about caring for her. He even demonstrates the bird's favorite phrase, "A pluribus unum," which Greenback repeats with remarkable comic precision. The scene establishes the bird as a character rather than a simple prop, while Lucy's cheerful willingness to accept responsibility creates the foundation for the escalating trouble that follows. Content reference always at :0 or index equals 0. Greenback's personality immediately makes the responsibility more complicated and more amusing. Mr. Mooney warns Lucy that the bird reacts strongly to certain words, and when Lucy casually says that she will watch Greenback like a hawk, the bird reacts as though she has heard an actual threat. This tiny exchange is a perfect example of character-based comedy because Lucy discovers that ordinary language has become dangerous in the presence of a highly sensitive talking bird. Mr. Mooney also explains that Greenback talks, demonstrating the phrase he has been taught and carefully preparing Lucy and Vivian for the responsibility. His affectionate attitude toward the cocktail contrasts with Lucy's initial confidence because he knows that Greenback requires more attention than a conventional household pet. Lucy nevertheless assures him that everything will be fine, and her enthusiasm makes The problem is especially funny because the audience can already sense that she has underestimated the situation. Content reference always set one index equals 1. The farewell between Mr. Mooney and Green Dad gives the sequence an unexpectedly tender quality beneath its comedy. He speaks to the bird affectionately, repeats her pet names, and makes sure she responds before leaving her in Lucy's care. The transcript shows how Greenback has become part of his emotional world, which raises the stakes for Lucy even though she initially treats the assignment lightly. Vivian is equally pleased to have the opportunity to care for the birds, and the two women begin thinking about how they can make Greenback comfortable. Their attitude is sincere and welcoming, but the bird's nervous temperament means that good intentions will not necessarily produce good results. This is a familiar strength of Luso Ball comedy. The characters begin with an entirely reasonable objective, and the humor grows because their confidence exceeds their ability to predict what will happen. Lucy is happy to help Mr. Mooney, but she has unknowingly accepted a responsibility that requires much more vigilance than she expects. Content reference oversight 2 index equals 2. Lucy and Vivian soon begin considering how to make Greenback respond affectionately to them, and Lucy's instinct is to use the bird's remarkable ability to speak as a possible advantage. She wants Greenback to learn a phrase that could be useful, especially the idea of saying give Lucy more money. The joke is wonderfully characteristic of Lucy because even while caring for someone else's pet, she cannot resist imagining how the situation might improve her own financial circumstances. Vivian is amused by the possibility and encourages the experiment, but their first attempts reveal that Greenback cannot simply be commanded into obedience. The bird does not respond well to pressure, and the women discover that affection rather than force is the only practical way to gain the trust. This becomes a small lesson in Lucy's character. She wants immediate results, while the bird requires patience. Their interaction turns animal care into another comic negotiation between Lucy's determination and reality. Content reference outside 3 index equals 3. Vivian explains that Greenback will only learn from them if the bird feels loved and secure, which leads the women into an increasingly earnest attempt to become Greenback's friends. They discuss providing fresh water, food, a clean cage, and other comforts. Lucy's response is characteristically humorous because she compares caring for the bird with caring for a difficult relationship, suggesting that she already feels the burden of the responsibility. The comedy is strengthened by the bird's independence. Greenback does not behave like an obedient household object waiting for instructions. She has preferences, reactions, and a mind of her own. The women therefore have to adapt themselves to the bird rather than simply patrolling her environment. Luso Ball's performance would be especially effective in this situation because Lucy can alternate between exaggerated affection and mounting frustration without ever losing her words. The scene turns a simple pet-sitting assignment into a miniature study of Lucy's inability to resist trying to manage everything herself. Content reference or set 4 index equals 4. The women's attempt to entertain Greenback continue until the bird's presence becomes surprisingly difficult to monitor. At one point, Lucy and Vivian realize that the cockatiel is difficult to see inside the cage, and their attention shifts from amusing the bird to determining exactly where she is. This change is important because the comedy begins moving from gentle pet care towards genuine concern. Lucy assumes that Greenback must still be nearby, while Vivian starts checking the surroundings more carefully. The dialogue becomes increasingly repetitive and uncertain as they call for the bird and search under furniture and around the room. The transcript captures the frantic quality of their voices, with Lucy repeatedly calling Greenback by affectionate nicknames while trying to provoke a response. The humor remains grounded in the simple fact that the bird has disappeared from the place where she was supposed to be safely contained. Lucy's earlier confidence now becomes a source of anxiety because she realizes that Mr. Mooney trusted her with something precious. Content reference always set 5 index equals 5. The discovery that Greenback has escaped transforms Lucy's responsibility into an emergency. Vivian finally spots a bird outside on a telephone pole, and the women immediately understand that the situation is far more serious than a missing household pet. Lucy knows that Mr. Mooney will be furious if Greenback is lost, and her fear of his anger becomes a major source of motivation. The transcript catches this perfectly when Lucy effectively decides that facing electrical danger is preferable to facing the angry Mr. Mooney. That line expresses the comic hierarchy of Lucy's fears. The possibility of physical danger becomes less frightening than the consequences of disappointing the banker. Her determination now takes on the reckless quality, but the audience can understand the emotional logic behind it. She accepted responsibility, the bird escaped, and Lucy feels compelled to repair the mistake herself. Content reference always cite 6 index equals 6. Lucy's decision to climb after Greenback introduces the visual comedy that makes the situation especially suited to Lucy Ball. Vivian warns her about the electrical danger, explaining that the telephone man has protective equipment, but Lucy remains determined. They begin assembling an improvised collection of equipment, including a large ladder, asbestos glass, a butterfly net, swimming fins, and a brass skirt. The combination is inherently absurd, yet Lucy approaches it with complete seriousness. She dresses for the rescue, as though she were preparing for an expedition, even though the resulting outfit makes movement more difficult. Vivian's observation that Lucy looks like a Hawaiian trying to stand out of a fire captures the visual absurdity, while Lucy's refusal to stop demonstrates her absolute focus. The humor comes from the collision between dangerous circumstances and ridiculous preparation. Lucy believes that every additional piece of equipment increases her chances of success, even when some of the equipment clearly makes the rescue harder. Content reference always at 7 index equals 7. Once Lucy reaches the roof and begins attempting to approach Greenback, the physical comedy becomes increasingly elaborate. The transcript describes Lucy struggling with the ladder, swimming fins, and grass skirt while trying to reach the bird perched on the telephone wire. Vivian guides her from behind, telling her when to move forward and when to back up, while Lucy repeatedly asks for boost. The resulting sequence depends on timing, balance, distance, and reaction, all areas in which Lucy Ball's physical performance could become extraordinarily expressive. Lucy's determination remains sincere, but the equipment makes her movement awkward and unstable. She tries to reach Greenback with a butterfly net while calling affectionately to the bird, only to discover that the bird remains just beyond her reach. The talk becomes richer because Greenback appears calm compared with Lucy, making the human pursuit look increasingly ridiculous. Content reference always at 8 index equals 8. The pursuit finally becomes a full-scale comic spectacle as Lucy continues trying to reach Greenback despite every warning obstacle and physical complication. She moves along the improvised route with Vivian's assistance, repeatedly calling to the bird while struggling with the awkward equipment. The telephone pole becomes the center of the scene, turning Lucy's ordinary household responsibility into a dangerous and visually extravagant rescue mission. Yet beneath the slapstick is a clear emotional motivation. Lucy wants to protect Mr. Mooney's bird and prevent him from discovering that she has failed to care for her properly. That emotional sincerity is what keeps the sequence affectionate. Lucy is not reckless simply for the sake of excitement. She is desperately trying to repair a mistake. Lucille Ball's extraordinary physical comedy would allow the audience to laugh at the ridiculousness of the rescue while still understanding Lucy's determination. Greenback remains just beyond the rust, leaving the chase suspended at its most precarious and comic moment. Content reference oversight 9 index equals 9. The escape of Greenback immediately changes the emotional temperature of the household. What began as a favor for Mr. Mooney has become a crisis that Lucy and Vivian cannot simply laugh away because the missing cockatoo represents a responsibility they accepted personally. Their frantic search moves through the house as they hold Greenback by increasingly affectionate names and try to determine where the bird could have gone. The transcript captures the confusion beautifully. Lucy and Vivian initially blame one another for leaving the cage open, then recognize that arguing will only waste the energy they need for the search. Lucy's fear is intensified by the thought of Mr. Mooney discovering what has happened. Her anxiety is calmed because she treats his anticipated anger as an almost supernatural punishment, yet the feeling underneath it is sincere. She knows that Greenback was entrusted to her and she desperately wants to make things right before the mistake becomes known. Content reference or set 0 index equals 0. The search becomes increasingly physical as Lucy and Vivian check out likely hiding places, call for Greenback, and use flashlights to investigate dark spaces. The desperation makes even ordinary household objects part of the search, while their repeated calls create a rhythm of anticipation and disappointment. Lucy hears a sound and briefly believes the bird is answering, only to discover that the sound came from herself. This is a wonderfully simple comic misunderstanding, but it also demonstrates the escalating pressure of the situation. Lucy is no longer calmly supervising a pet. She is operating in a state of heightened nervousness in which every noise seems significant. Lucille's expressive reactions would make this progression especially effective, allowing a tiny change in her face or posture to communicate hope, confusion, embarrassment, and a renewed panic. Vivian's steadier presence helps keep the scene grounded, but even she becomes swept into the urgency as the possibility of Greenback being outside becomes more likely. Content reference oversight 1 index equals 1. When Vivian finally discovers Greenback sitting on the telephone pole, the scale of the problem becomes immediately obvious. The bird is no longer merely hiding somewhere inside the house. He is elevated beyond easy reach, and the women must now consider how to retrieve her safely. Lucy's first response is not caution but determination. She orders Greenback to come down, speaks to her as though a stone command might solve the problem, and then announces that she will climb up and get the bird herself. Vivian immediately warns her about the danger of electricity, but Lucy responds with a wonderfully revealing declaration that she would rather face thousands of bulls than one angry Mr. Mooney. The line perfectly captures the comic logic of Lucy's panic. She understands the danger, but her fear of disappointing Mr. Mooney overwhelms her common sense. Content reference size 2 index equals 2. Vivian's warning that the telephone man wore rubber shoes and gloves does not discourage Lucy. Instead, it inspires her to improvise her own protective equipment. This is where the sequence becomes a quintessential showcase for physical comedy. Lucy gathers asbestos gloves, a butterfly net, swimming fins, and a grass skirt, while Vivian helps her prepare despite recognizing how absurd the plan has become. The transcript's details are especially valuable because the comedy comes from the accumulation of inappropriate equipment rather than from a single cat. Lucy's supposed rescue uniform makes her look increasingly ridiculous while simultaneously making the climb more difficult. David's observation that Lucy resembles a Hawaiian trying to stand out of a fire is an excellent example of how the supporting character sharpens the visual joke. Lucy, however, is too focused on Greenback to appreciate the absurdity. Her concentration becomes funnier precisely because the audience can see how completely impractical her preparations have become. content reference or set (3) index equals 3. The client itself turns Lucy's determination into a full physical performance. Wearing swimming fins and a brass coat while carrying a butterfly net, he struggles toward the telephone pole with Vivian attempting to guide and support her. Lucy repeatedly asks whether she is close enough to Greenback, while Vivian tells her to move forward or backward and eventually gives her a boost. The transcript makes clear how difficult the equipment makes the process, particularly when Lucy complains that swimming fins were not designed for climbing. This is exactly the sort of ordinary physical limitation that Lucille Ball could transform into elaborate comedy. Her movements would have to become awkward, exaggerated, and carefully timed, while her facial expressions communicate absolute seriousness. The fun comes from watching Lucy approach a completely ridiculous situation as though she were conducting a professional rescue operation. Her determination never becomes detached from the practical danger, which keeps the audience simultaneously amused by her appearance and concerned about whether she will actually reach the bird. Content reference set (4) index equals 4. Greenback's behavior makes the pursuit even more frustrating because the bird remains tantalizingly close without cooperating. Lucy calls to her affectionately using variations of Greenback's name, but the cockatiel refuses to come within reach. Lucy remarks that Greenback can speak Latin but apparently cannot understand English, turning the bird's other trick of repeating a pluribus sound into another layer of the joke. The contrast between Greenback's calm independence and Lucy's frantic determination is crucial. The bird has no apparent sense of urgency, while Lucy is desperately aware that every moment increases the possibility of Mr. Woolney discovering the escape. Vivian continues helping, giving Lucy directions and physical assistance, but the rescue remains precarious. The scene therefore develops through repeated attempts rather than a single gag. Each attempt gives Lucy another opportunity to overreach, lose balance, complain about her equipment, and recommit herself to catching the bird. Content reference set (5) index equals 5. The arrival of additional observers makes the rescue even more embarrassing because Lucy's private crisis begins turning into a public spectacle. Children watch from nearby, and one child is himself standing in a dangerous position on top of a fence, prompting Lucy to criticize the child's behavior even while she is engaged in an equally questionable time. That irony is perfectly suited to her character. Lucy can recognize dangerous foolishness when someone else is doing it, yet she cannot recognize the same quality in her own behavior because she believes her mission is justified. Lucille Ball's comic acting could make this contradiction especially sharp through a sudden shift from frantic concentration to authoritative indignation. Lucy temporarily becomes the responsible adult lecturing a child, only to remain stranded in her absurd rescue outfit. The scene therefore deepens that characterization without requiring an elaborate explanation. Lucy's judgment becomes flexible whenever her own determination is involved. Content reference set (6) index equals 6. The situation grows still more chaotic when the telephone rings and the noise frightens the bird. Lucy is already struggling physically, so the sudden sound adds another unpredictable obstacle. Vivian attempts to answer the phone while Lucy continues trying to reach Greenback, and the household crisis begins attracting attention from outside. A call for the police is considered because the spectacle has become so extraordinary that ordinary help seems impossible. The transcript jokingly describes Lucy's appearance in terms of a person wearing rubber equipment, flippers, and a grass skirt while trying to catch a bird on a telephone pole. The absurdity is heightened by the fact that Lucy herself understands how unbelievable the story sounds. Yet she cannot stop because Greenback remains the immediate objective. This combination of embarrassment, urgency, and physical danger is classic Lucy comedy An ordinary mistake has expanded until the only possible response seems to be an even more extraordinary action. Content reference always at :7 index equals 7. Lucy eventually discovers an even more unconventional method of reaching Greenback by using the seat associated with the telephone man's equipment. Rather than retreating, she turns the existing apparatus into another part of her improvised rescue plan. The transcript shows her preparing to push herself outward while Vivian worries about the grass skirt and the increasingly dangerous position. Lucy's language becomes intensely focused as she calls Greenback by affectionate names and promises that she's coming for her. The physical comedy now depends upon Lucy's absolute commitment to an idea that has become progressively more irrational. Every additional attempt increases the visual danger while also revealing the refusal to surrender. Lucille Ball's performance would be especially demanding here because the comedy requires precise physical timing, exaggerated fear, sudden bursts of courage, and the ability to maintain Lucy's emotional concentration while surrounded by ridiculous visual circumstances. The bird remains the center of our attention and the rescue continues to teeter between success and disaster. Content reference always at :8 index equals 8. The sequence reaches its comic peak through Lucy's repeated attempts to launch herself toward Greenback, each effort producing more strain, noise, and frantic movement without immediately solving the problem. Her determination becomes almost heroic in its stubbornness, even though the mission itself has become absurd. She is willing to risk embarrassment, physical discomfort, and the judgment of everyone watching because she believes that returning Greenback is the only acceptable outcome. That emotional commitment keeps the slapstick affectionate rather than cruel. Vivian remains beside her, participating in the rescue and reacting to each new complication, which reinforces the deep loyalty between the two women. The transcript ultimately shifts away from the physical struggle after Greenback makes it safely home, leaving Mr. Mooney to discover that the bird has had a frightening experience and miscoming. Lucy's desperate rescue has therefore produced a new consequence. The bird is safe, but the responsibility she accepted has not yet finished causing trouble. Content reference always at :9 index equals 9. The aftermath of Greenback's escape places Lucy in an unusually vulnerable position because the mistake can no longer be hidden behind optimism or improvisation. Mr. Mooney has become determined to recover his beloved cockatiel, while Lucy and Vivian are left facing the uncomfortable possibility that the original bird may not return safely. The earlier rescue effort was driven by panic, but the next problem requires a different kind of ingenuity. Lucy must somehow confront the consequences of having lost a bird entrusted to her. The comedy remains affectionate because her fear is not selfish in a simple sense. She knows that Greenback matters deeply to Mr. Mooney and she is desperate to repair the damage. Lucille Ball's performance is especially effective in such circumstances because Lucy can move rapidly between guilt, anxiety, false confidence, and sudden inspiration. Every expression reveals a woman searching for an escape route before reality catches up with her. Lucy and Vivian eventually arrive at the conclusion that replacing Greenback may be the only practical solution. This immediately creates a new comic challenge because Greenback is not an ordinary cockatiel that can simply be substituted with any similar-looking bird. She has distinctive markings and, more importantly, a distinctive voice. Lucy remembers that Greenback has a blue spot on her wing and can say e pluribus unum, so finding an acceptable replacement becomes an almost impossible shopping assignment. The search through the pet store therefore begins with a seemingly straightforward objective and quickly becomes a detailed inspection of nearly identical birds. Lucy studies each cockatiel with exaggerated concentration, rejecting birds because they are too fat, because their appearance is wrong or because some tiny physical detail does not match her memory of Greenback. The scene transforms ordinary shopping into a comic investigation. The pet store sequence is particularly well suited to Lucille Ball's gift for visual comedy because Lucy treats every bird as though she were evaluating an elaborate portrait. She peers closely, changes her mind, asks questions that reveal her uncertainty, and attempts to compare the birds with Greenback's remembered appearance. One bird seems promising, another is dismissed for being too large, and another becomes interesting because of its coloring. Lucy's inability to recognize that cockatiels naturally resemble one another becomes part of the joke. Her confidence remains intact even when her criteria become increasingly subjective. Vivian participates in the search while offering practical observations, creating the familiar contrast between Lucy's emotional certainty and her fans' more cautious reasoning. The comedy grows through repetition, as one bird after another appears to be almost right but not quite right. Lucy's desperation makes each minor difference seem enormously important, and Lucille Ball's facial reactions could turn every inspection into a miniature comic performance. Eventually, Lucy finds a cockatiel that looks sufficiently similar to Greenback to make the substitution seem plausible. Yet the resemblance is imperfect because the bird has a white spot where Greenback had a blue one. Lucy immediately invents an explanation for the discrepancy, suggesting that the coloring can somehow be altered rather than admitting that the bird is not an exact match. Her willingness to rationalize the difference captures the essence of her character. Once she has decided that this bird has solved the problem, she becomes determined to make the evidence fit her conclusion. We then can see the weakness in the plan, but Lucy's optimism pushes forward. The comedy lies in the speed with which Lucy converts an obvious problem into something she believes can be fixed. Instead of asking whether they have found the right bird, she begins asking how to make the wrong bird appear right. That distinction is central to her comic imagination and to the escalating deception that follows. The arrival of Mr. Mooney at the pet store raises the stakes immediately. Lucy and Vivian are suddenly confronted by the very person whose reaction they have been trying to avoid. Their conversation becomes a delicate performance in which both women attempt to conceal what has happened while pretending that everything is perfectly normal. Mr. Mooney, meanwhile, is affectionate toward the idea of Greenback and asks about the bird, creating an uncomfortable contrast between his genuine concern and Lucy's increasingly strained answers. Lucy's verbal reactions become particularly funny because she repeatedly begins to say something truthful and then changes direction before the admission escapes. Lucille Ball's timing is essential here. A pause, a nervous smile, a sudden change of subject, or an overly enthusiastic response can reveal that Lucy is improvising. The scene demonstrates how quickly her schemes become more complicated whenever Mr. Mooney is present, because his skepticism makes every weak explanation immediately dangerous. Lucy's replacement bird becomes even more difficult to pass off as Greenback when Mr. Mooney notices the physical difference in the wing. Lucy therefore develops an increasingly elaborate explanation for the white marking. She claims that the frightening experience has somehow caused the bird's coloring to change, turning what is obviously a discrepancy into a supposed consequence of trauma. The explanation is deliberately absurd, but Lucy delivers it with enough conviction to make the moment funny rather than merely unbelievable. Mr. Mooney's skepticism becomes the natural counter to her improvisation. He hears the explanation and recognizes how ridiculous it sounds, where Lucy immediately reinforces it because retreat would expose the entire deception. This is classic Lucy logic. Once a questionable story has been spoken aloud, she treats maintaining it as easier than admitting the truths. Her imagination keeps supplying additional details, even when every new detail makes the story more precarious. The claim that the bird has suffered A needle becomes the central invention Lucy uses to explain why the replacement bird no longer behaves like Greenback. Since Greenback was known for saying e pluribus unum, Lucy needs an explanation for the new bird's inability to repeat the familiar phrase. Amnesia provides the convenient answer. The bird did not forget because she's a different bird. Lucy insists in fact she forgot because of the traumatic experience. The absurdity of the explanation is precisely what makes it effective as sitcom material. Lucy has transformed the simple substitution into a complete fictional medical history. Vivian recognizes the weakness of the story, but Lucy continues elaborating because she's committed to protecting herself. Lucille Ball's performance would make the rationalization especially funny through her urgent delivery and expressive confidence, allowing the audience to see that Lucy knows somewhere beneath the performance how fragile the explanation really is. Lucy's cover story becomes more complicated as she attempts to account for every difference between the original Greenback and the replacement bird. The white marking must have an explanation, the missing words must have an explanation, and the bird's altered behavior must somehow be reconciled with Mr. Mooney's memories. Each problem invites another improvised answer. This pattern demonstrates one of the script's recurring comic structures. Lucy creates a small deception to avoid immediate trouble, then must create additional explanations to support the first one. The resulting story becomes larger and less believable while Lucy becomes increasingly invested in preserving it. Vivian's reactions provide the audience with a clear indication of how extraordinary the situation has become. Her participation also makes the deception feel like a shared emergency rather than Lucy acting alone. The friendship remains affectionate even while Vivian understands that the simplest solution would probably be to stop inventing explanations and tell the truth. The situation becomes especially ironic when the replacement bird demonstrates behavior that seems to support Lucy's story while simultaneously revealing how different she is from Greenback. Instead of the familiar phrase associated with Mr. Mooney's bird, the new cockatiel produces a frisky Lucy murmuring that unexpected behavior is perfectly suited to Lucy because it sounds like something she would have wanted Greenback to say earlier. The line therefore connects the replacement bird crisis to Lucy's own personality and financial anxieties. Rather than merely being a substitute that the bird accidentally becomes an echo of Lucy's stings. Mr. Mooney remains suspicious, while Lucy is caught between relief that the bird can speak and alarm that she is speaking in a way that exposes the woman's earlier conversation. The comedy depends on this collision between coincidence and deception, with Lucy trying to interpret the bird's behavior in whatever way will keep the cover story alive. The replacement bird episode leaves Lucy and Vivian trapped inside a remarkably fragile explanation. They have found a bird that resembles Greenback, but the differences in appearance and speech require an elaborate story involving trauma, altered coloring, and amnesia. Mr. Mooney's skepticism makes every detail dangerous, while Lucy's determination prevents her from abandoning the deception once it has begun. The comedy is ultimately affectionate because Lucy's dishonesty grows from panic and responsibility rather than cruelty. She wants to repair a mistake and protect herself from Mr. Mooney's anger, but each attempted solution creates another complication. Lucille Ball's artistry lies in making that desperation lovable through expressive reactions, breathless improvisation, and unwavering commitment to Lucy's increasingly improbable explanation. The replacement bird has therefore become less a solution than another source of comic uncertainty, leaving Lucy and Vivian struggling to maintain their story while hoping that Mr. Mooney will accept the strange circumstances without asking too many questions. Lucy's entry into police work creates a particularly amusing contrast between her ordinary personality and the seriousness of official procedure. She is eager to participate because the assignment gives her an opportunity to feel useful, important, and perhaps even adventurous. But her natural curiosity and impulsive manner made the requirements of police work difficult for her to follow. The transcript presents her involvement with traffic tickets, confidential instructions, and the investigation surrounding the green scarf bandit, allowing the comedy to grow from the collision between Lucy's enthusiasm and the disciplined expectations of law enforcement. Lucille Ball is especially effective in situations where Lucy believes she has finally been entrusted with something important. Her face can register pride, concentration, nervous excitement, and confusion almost simultaneously, while her physical manner communicates that she is trying very hard to behave professionally. The more seriously Lucy takes the assignment, the more entertaining her inability to behave conventionally becomes. The traffic ticket material establishes the first layer of Lucy's comic relationship with police authority. Her routine responsibility becomes complicated because Lucy approaches official duties with the same personal enthusiasm she brings to domestic problems. She does not possess the detached manner of a trained officer. She remains Lucy, comical with her curiosity, emotional reactions, and instinctive desire to understand everything happening around her. That distinction gives the sequence its charm. Instead of treating police procedure as inherently ridiculous, the comedy comes from placing Lucy's personality inside a system that requires restraint and confidentiality. She wants to know what is happening, wants to help, and wants to feel that she is making a meaningful contribution. Those impulses are admirable, but they also make her vulnerable to mistakes. Lucille Ball's timing can turn a pause before answering a question, an over-eager expression, or a nervous attempt to sound authoritative into a complete comic beat without requiring the exaggerated dialogue. The confidential nature of the assignment becomes particularly dangerous for Lucy because secrecy has never been one of her strongest qualities. She is naturally conversational, inquisitive, and emotionally transparent, so being told that information must remain confidential immediately creates dramatic comic tension. The audience understands that Lucy is likely to struggle with a restriction even before she encounters a specific problem. Her curiosity makes every mysterious detail more interesting, while the official nature of the investigation makes her feel that she has entered a world where ordinary social behavior no longer applies. This is a clever variation on the familiar Lucy formula because the obstacle is not merely physical. Lucy must control herself. She must resist asking unnecessary questions, revealing information, or becoming personally involved in matters that should remain professional. Her difficulty doing so creates a performance challenge perfectly suited to Lucille Ball, whose expressive face can reveal information even when Lucy is trying desperately not to speak. The Green Scarf Bandit investigation gives Lucy a mystery that she finds irresistible. The name itself has the theatrical quality that naturally attracts her imagination, and the possibility of identifying a mysterious criminal turns ordinary police work into an adventure in her mind. Yet Lucy's approach remains fundamentally personal. She does not possess the detached analytical style associated with conventional detective fiction. Instead, she reacts emotionally to clues, people, and circumstances as they appear. This difference allows the script to gently parody the seriousness of police mysteries without undermining the police characters themselves. Lucy's enthusiasm becomes a comic engine. She wants to help solve a case, but she also wants to understand the people involved and the motives behind their behavior. Her natural tendency to interpret everything through ordinary human relationships makes the investigation increasingly complicated. Lucille Ball can play this beautifully through sudden changes in expression. Whenever Lucy thinks she has discovered something important, followed by equally dramatic uncertainty when her theory begins to collapse. The debater provides an important contrast because his professional manner highlights just how unconventional Lucy's behavior can be. where Lucy responds with excitement and curiosity, Baker must remain focused on procedure and the assignment itself. The interaction creates a comic imbalance that does not require either character to become foolish. Detective Baker can remain competent while Lucy becomes increasingly fascinated by the situation. This is one of the strengths of the storyline. Lucy's comedic behavior does not depend on making everyone around her incompetent. Instead, the supporting characters provide a stable framework against which her personality becomes more vivid. Baker's seriousness makes Lucy's reactions funnier, while Lucy's enthusiasm gives the detective situation a lighter emotional texture. Her interest in the investigation also begins to overlap with her natural interest in people, making it difficult for her to separate official responsibilities from ordinary social curiosity. The contrast between professional restraint and Lucy's expressive spontaneity becomes an essential source of humor. Lucy's involvement with the police also reflects one of the script's recurring themes. She repeatedly turns an ordinary responsibility into an opportunity to reinvent herself. In one setting she becomes a maid, in another she attempts to navigate social ambition, and here she adopts the identity of someone participating in police work. The common thread is her extraordinary willingness to commit herself completely once an idea catches her imagination. She does not approach the assignment halfway. She wants to understand the case, contribute to the investigation, and behave as though the work is an important personal mission. That determination is enduring even when it creates complications. Lucy Ball's performance would make Lucy's eagerness visible in every movement, from the way she leans forward while listening to the way she reacts whenever new information appears. Her body language can suggest that she is already constructing theories before the official conversation has even finished. The mystery surrounding the green scarf bandit also gives the story an opportunity to explore Lucy's tendency to connect unrelated details. Because she is naturally imaginative, a suspicious circumstance can quickly become part of a larger theory in her mind. The danger is not that Lucy lacks intelligence, but that her imagination moves faster than the evidence. She wants her pieces to fit together, and once she believes they do, she becomes increasingly confident in her interpretation. This creates a familiar Lucy pattern in which certainty arrives before proof. The comedy depends upon the gap between what Lucy thinks she understands and what the audience can recognize as more complicated. Lucy Ball can make that gap entertaining through the gradual development of confidence. A questioning look becomes a knowing expression, a hesitant suggestion becomes a declaration, and eventually Lucy behaves as though her conclusion were established fact. Her enthusiasm transforms uncertainty into comic certainty. The storyline becomes especially effective because Lucy's police involvement remains connected to her ordinary emotional life. Even while dealing with an official investigation, she continues responding to people as Lucy would respond in everyday circumstances. She notices personalities, becomes curious about relationships, and interprets behavior through the lens of ordinary human interaction. This creates a gentle collision between bureaucratic procedure and personal instinct. Lucy wants a police assignment to be orderly, but she cannot stop being herself. Her reactions are spontaneous, her passions are direct, and her desire to understand the people around her repeatedly complicates the professional atmosphere. Vivia's practical influence remains important to the broader characterization because Lucy's schemes have always benefited from having someone nearby who can recognize when enthusiasm has crossed into recklessness. The police storyline therefore extends the established friendship dynamic in the new environment, allowing Lucy's personality to remain the constant source of energy even though the circumstances have changed. The green scarf mystery becomes increasingly intriguing to Lucy precisely because she feels that she has been given an opportunity to participate in something larger than her ordinary routine. Her imagination gives the assignment an almost cinematic quality, and she approaches the investigation with a mixture of seriousness and excitement. Yet the script remains grounded in character rather than turning Lucy into a conventional detective. Her methods are shaped by her personality, and that means every official responsibility risks becoming a social adventure. Luzo Ball's extraordinary comic artistry lies in her ability to make Lucy's emotional reactions feel completely sincere. She is not pretending to be excited for the audience's benefit. She genuinely finds the situation fascinating. That sincerity allows the comedy to emerge naturally from her behavior. When Lucy becomes nervous, curious, suspicious, or delighted, the audience can read those emotions instantly in her face and body, making even procedural material feel lively and personal. As the investigation develops, Lucy finds herself increasingly drawn towards a mysterious figure associated with the green scarf, while the police assignment continues, demanding professionalism and discretion. The tension between those two impulses is what gives the storyline its forward momentum. Lucy wants to behave responsibly, but she also wants answers, and her curiosity keeps pulling her deeper into the situation. The appearance of Detective Baker strengthens this contrast by placing Lucy beside someone whose role requires discipline and controlled observation. The differing approaches create a natural comic partnership without requiring either character to abandon credibility. Lucy remains the enthusiastic outsider whose emotional reactions make the investigation entertaining, while Baker represents the professional seriousness against which her behavior can be measured. The circumstances are now moving toward a more personal form of investigation, with Lucy's curiosity and the mystery surrounding the green scarf drawing us closer to an unusual situation where official police work and romantic misunderstanding will begin to overlap.